week that the starters, as Eric said, will go about a quarter or so, including Josh Allen. He said they'll go by feel in terms of how close the starters get to the end of the first quarter. But we heard center Connor McGovern mention communication as a top priority on his checklist. What do you believe Joe Brady is looking for, Eric, in his initial performance by his offense?
Yeah, this is going to be a vanilla game plan offensively for a couple of reasons. One, you don't want to give away any secrets that they've new plays, new schemes they've come up with this offseason, with Joe Brady having his first full offseason as offense coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. And then also, he doesn't want his guys thinking too much out there. He wants them, this is as much about getting your team ready for the season as it is talent evaluation. And if you have too much in the game plan, sometimes it becomes difficult to evaluate your talent if they're out there thinking too much. And so what he wants to see out there today, guys taking care of the football, not a lot of pre-snap penalties. They want to see everything they've been working on in practice, the techniques that they've been working on. They want that to show up here today. Obviously he wants to see some points today, but whether they win or lose this game today, they want to see all the guys individually heading in a positive direction, and then cohesively as a group, especially on the offensive side of the football. You'd like to see, the offensive line working in unison, and then, the pre-snap, the communication, as you mentioned, all of that to be getting crisp.
Yeah, and I always thought vanilla game plans were to keep scheme under wraps, but there is a secondary purpose. It is to let the players play as fast as they possibly can with little responsibility and less cluttering up their minds, so you can actually evaluate their athletic ability and playmaking ability.
And that's why head coaches and GMs get so mad at opposing defensive coordinators when they come into a preseason game with a ton of blitzes dialed up or certain pressures. Well, look, the Ravens pressure so much, they want to see their guys blitzing, but you're also not going to spend a ton of time throughout the week game planning for a specific scheme. And so I've been in some meetings the day after a preseason game where, whether it's the GM or head coach, they're not very happy at an opposing team's defensive game plan when they're bringing a ton of pressures, because it really hurts your evaluation.
We know there are two veteran players that Bills fans are eager to see after long recoveries from injury, both of them on the defensive side of the ball, in Matt Milano and Von Miller, but it doesn't look like there will be any evaluations on those two players this afternoon. For more on that, we check in with sideline reporter Sal Capaccio. Hello, Sal.
Hi, guys. Great to be along with you again. Welcome back to another season.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, this is your Richmond Vona sideline report. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Vona. I wouldn't expect Von Miller to be playing today, nor Matt Milano, but Von Miller has looked basically like Von Miller. I don't want to go too far with this, but I will say he seems like he's confident in what he's doing in the knee. I think last year, even coming back, he wanted to. He reflected. He said maybe he shouldn't have when he did. He's a gamer. He wants to play. Matt Milano, to me, also looking a lot better as far as comfortability in the leg. So I think those are two big guys that we're going to be watching for this preseason. Don't expect them to play today, but I think both are on the right track.
The receiving corps, Sal, as you know, is a group that has been seeing stiff competition on the back end of that depth chart, but some receivers have been nicked up and will not dress for today's game either.
Yeah, that is Chase Claypool, most notably, a guy who they picked up as a free agent this offseason, maybe try to resurrect his career, but that's going to hurt him a little bit. Justin Shorter as well has been a little bit banged up. That's a guy that's been with the Bills since last year, kind of had a redshirt year on the practice squad, an injured reserve all season. But it does open up an opportunity for a guy like Tyrell Shavers, who's really been impressive here during this training camp.
Mac Hollins not expected to go either today with a groin injury that cropped up a couple of days ago. And finally, Sal, safety position was an important one for this team to address this offseason after the departures of Hyde and Poyer, but it's been compromised by injury as well. We won't see an important veteran free agent or their top draft pick at the safety position today.
Chris, I think this is the most concerning position for the Bills. And I say concerning, as of right now, there's a few weeks left, but they have to figure out what's going to happen here over those next few weeks, because Mike Edwards, the veteran you mentioned they signed, and Cole Bishop, the young man they drafted out of Utah in the second round. These are guys who really they are counting on to have a role this year, maybe even a starter for Mike Edwards, or even if Cole Bishop could beat him out. So what happens now? Cam Lewis can still play the position, no doubt about that. Damar Hamlin's been really solid, I would say, through OTAs, minicamp, and training camp. Taylor Rapp on the other side, but they need to get those safeties back. Kareem Jackson and Terrell Burgess were signed as veterans to help out with bodies on the back end, but it's a position that I think they really kind of have to get those guys back to get them ready to play September 8th.
Other injured players not expected to dress today: Daquan Jones, Ty Johnson, Casey Toohill, Eddie Ulafocio, and Travis Clayton, the international pathway player. Sal, thanks very much. We'll catch up with you a little bit later on.
You got it, guys. Windy down here, by the way.
Yes, looks like wind might play a factor in today's game, the kicking game especially. We mentioned Joe Brady, Eric. Coach McDermott outlined for us how his new full-time offensive coordinator took the existing playbook that dates back to Brian Daboll's time here and literally rewrote it. He described it as a fundamental change of the playbook's language in terms of the method and how plays are labeled. Brady believes, and Coach McDermott agreed, that it's more easily learned with the new language because of the verbiage being more effectively associated with locations on the field, concepts, etc. With all the coordinators you had, Eric, in your 9 years with the Bills, do you recall offensive systems that tried to accomplish that, absorbing the playbook more effectively?
Yeah, I think Chan Gailey did a good job of it, and I say that, and what hits my brain when you bring that up, instead of having maybe 10 different pass protections that could all be labeled in a certain way, we might have one call that groups all of those together, and then as players, we make the adjustments on that as on the field. Now, that requires more in-game communication. It requires more communication at the line of scrimmage, but as far as calling the plays, memorizing the playbook, it made it very simple. And Chan, we ran a lot of inside and outside zone. Okay, well, we have one call for that, and then it might be a tag along off of that, whether the tight end's going across the formation or a fullback or a receiver, or they're going to stay on the play side. But the communication to me and his offense seemed to make a lot of sense. Now, that was a very experienced offensive coordinator. I'm sure he learned a lot along the way. Joe Brady's gaining experience. He's been around multiple offensive coordinators as a position coach and then, working as an OC different places. You probably learned more along the way, and then this is where he came up with that system heading into the season.
For the players who've been on the roster several years, it was a new learning curve for them. But Coach McDermott said Josh Allen and others like Dawson Knox, they bought in knowing ultimately it's for the benefit of the entire offense. We have to take a break here, but stay tuned. We've got Eric's keys to the game and starting lineups coming your way in a moment. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Lou Nucciarino. Does all this market noise leave you questioning your financial future? The economic landscape leaves many questions unanswered. Let us help you find the path that works for your financial future rather than leaving it to chance. Call us today at 716-626-2507. Let us help you simplify your world so you no longer have to listen to the noise.
Securities offered through Equitable Advisors, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance and annuity products offered through Equitable Network, LLC. Equitable Advisors. Thinking about today and planning for tomorrow.
Paid actors represent actual clients.
After my motorcycle accident, my attorneys at the Barnes firm got me $300,000. 5 times more than insurance.
What's up, football fans? Thanks for joining us for this football game today. The Bills games are going to be live right here on TSI every single week. Thank you guys for being here. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well if you're new here, and let's help this community continue to grow. Toronto Sports Insider, we're live for all of the Toronto sports games and now all of the Buffalo Bills games as well. Thumbs up, everybody. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go, Bills.
Replacement services that can eliminate chronic pain and improve your quality of life. Our advanced procedures, low complication rates, and on-site rehab allow for the best outcomes and a faster recovery. Over 80% are home in less than a day. Catholic Health, the right way to care.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-656-1551. That's 800-656-1551. 800-656-1551.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Back to Highmark Stadium. Chris Brown and Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next as we get set for the preseason opener, Bills versus Bears. Time now for Eric's University of Knowledge, brought to you by Houghton University. Discover a surprisingly affordable, Christ-centered university right here in New York. Eric, one thing I know you're going to have your eye on today is the play in the pivot of new center Connor McGovern, who makes the shift inside from his left guard spot last year. He told us in an interview this week that his number one priority in this game was communication, but not just to his fellow linemen, to all 11 on offense, making sure the tight ends, receivers, and backs are all in lockstep. The question is, how challenging is that task?
It can be a challenge, especially to the receivers. And look, I know he's including all of them, but the communication to the receivers is generally Josh's job out on the field. Now, as a center, you're communicating down the line to the offensive lineman. You're communicating often to the tight ends as well in a loud environment. That takes often a community effort where you might make the call and it's passed down the line of scrimmage, and then either the communication to the back, either they hear it or we'll hand signal them something. Look, if I'm switching it up, I might point at a linebacker that we're going to now work to on the play. We've changed protections. We'll have a hand signal that I'll give him, for a road game. All of that is stuff that you all got to get on the same page with, and that's time under task. You learn those things, and so I'm assuming some stuff's come up at practice to where he feels like that's a point of emphasis for this game.
Yeah, and I know you'll be keeping tabs on the other players we expect to see at center today. We could see Alec Anderson. We could see Will Clapp. We're almost definitely going to see fifth-round rookie Cedric Van Pran Granger. Time for Eric's keys to the game, which are brought to you by the Western New York Ford dealers and the all-purpose affordable Ford Bronco Sport.
Yeah, first key to the game today, and this is what the coaches want to see. They want to see a fast start by the starters. They want to see them play sharp football out there where offensively you're executing within your system. Like we said, vanilla play calls, but executing those plays defensively. They'd love to see a couple quick stops against a rookie quarterback here today, but a rookie quarterback that does have a lot of weapons on the outside. Number two, it's a chance for these young guys to shine today. There's so many position battles, especially for the backup jobs here today, that a lot of these young guys get a chance to put on a Bills uniform for the first time and show what they're all about. And the preseason games carry a lot of weight into these evaluations of who makes the 53-man roster. And number three, and this is pretty much every week of the preseason, they want to come out of this game healthy. And that's whether it's the starters playing early or the guys that they're trying to evaluate on the back end of the roster. Guys get dinged up constantly through training camp, through these preseason games. They'd love to get out of this one without any significant injury so that they can continue this evaluation process and continue this growing process.
We've gotten this far, Eric, without talking about the big change on the defensive side of the ball. New defensive coordinator Bobby Babich gets his first big test today as a play caller. As we know, no decision has been made by Coach McDermott yet as to whether he or Babich will call plays come the regular season, but he is giving every opportunity to Babich to prove he's capable of putting their defense in the best position to succeed throughout the course of a football game.
Yeah, and I think if indications are that this is going to be something that lasts into the regular season. Last year was the first time that Sean McDermott was officially calling the plays as the Bills defensive coordinator and head coach in his 7 years with the Bills. So it looks like Sean's going to give those back up to Bobby Babich this year. And look, Bobby Babich was sought after last season to come in and be a coordinator throughout this league. And it wouldn't surprise me that part of in bringing him back was that, hey, you're going to get a real look as a play caller early on. And, if the Bills struggle defensively, it wouldn't surprise me to see Sean take those back. But he's going to give him I'd say, a fairly long leash to be able to grow into that role as defensive play caller and not just defensive coordinator.
Babich is going to call plays from up in the coach's box, as he said he prefers that viewpoint. But he also told the media this past week, have you seen me on the sidelines at practice? It's an easy decision. I'm better off upstairs running the defense. We've gotten this far without discussing the dynamic kickoff, Eric. The NFL is, in an effort to get more returns on kickoffs, they've adopted what has largely been the XFL kickoff play, which also reduces high-speed collisions. So only the kicker will line up at the kicking team's 35-yard line. His 10 teammates will be spread evenly across the return team's 40, and then the return team will have at least 7 players just 5 yards away at the 35, and they can have up to 2 returners. Kicker has to put the ball in the landing zone, which is anywhere inside the return team's 20-yard line. Kicks over the end line, will come out to the 30 on a touchback, but if it skips through the landing zone and through the back of the end zone going unfielded, it'll only come out to the 20. And if a kick does not reach the landing zone or goes over the sideline, out to the 40 for a drive start.
Nope. So everybody got that out there? I mean,
it's a lot. It's a lot. No coverage or return team player can move the ball unless it hits the ground or is fielded by a returner. I want your take on this in a second, but let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
Let's take a moment to honor the brave men and women of our military and thank them for all the sacrifices they have made to keep us safe. We salute you. This salute is proudly presented by Hiller Comerford Injury and Disability Law, fighting to get our veterans the disability benefits they deserve. It's Hiller time. The coin toss and opening kickoff are coming up. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. And one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
Summer's just getting started, so fill your cooler with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. It tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. And with a 5% kick of alcohol, Twisted Tea is perfect for the beach, the lake, or wherever you're hanging out and day drinking with your friends. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, it's Bulldog here. Football season means enjoying great food cooked on the grill. Stop in at Dash's Market for their awesome homemade sausage, steaks, burgers, Salins, or Wardy's hot dogs, and their great selection of beer and seltzers. Look for their specials online or in store. Check out Dash's quality produce, fresh baked goods, local deli brands, and delicious foods from Marketside Cafe. Visit Dash's on Klein in Williamsville, Maine in Clarence, Colvin in Kenmore, and Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo. Shop the family of Farner Foods. Dash's Market, serving Western New York for over 100 years.
Dunn Tire has grown into a pillar of this community, serving generations of families. We build our success on 3 core principles: quality products, expert service, and honest relationships. People come to us because they know we'll take care of them. Dunn Tire has been serving this community for over half a century. We're more than just tires. We offer a wide range of automotive services and accessories, and we're a one-stop shop for all of our customers' needs. Dunn Tire. We're ready to serve you for another 50 years.
The following is a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
This is Buffalo Bills preseason football. Who's got what it takes to be a Buffalo Bill? Who will make the team? And who won't? Those questions and more are about to be answered.
Buffalo Bills football is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, go to northwest.com. Now, live from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, here's Sal Capaccio, Eric Wood, and your new voice of the Buffalo Bills, Chris Brown.
The brave
All right, that's the national anthem. We are just about set for kickoff here in the preseason opener between the Bills and the Bears. Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth, Northwest Bank, for What's Next. Got starting lineups to bring to you. We'll get to those after the coin toss. Got the opening coin toss set to happen here. Today's head referee is Craig Rolstad, now in his 11th season as a head official. So the captains lining up to head out there today: Josh Allen, Terrell Bernard, and Reed Ferguson. They'll be heading out to midfield to meet the captains for the Bears. Beautiful sun-splashed afternoon here. It's got to feel like September a little bit. Only a high of 71 today. Wind could play a factor. We'll get into that in a bit, but let's go down to Craig Rolstad, our head referee.
Good afternoon, captains. The NFL shield is heads. Red, white, and blue side is tails. Chicago, you're the visiting team. What is your call? Tails. Called tails. It is tails.
Wait.
You've won the toss. Like the ball, you must kick. Which way you want to kick?
That way.
Turn your back that way for me. Chicago has won the toss and will receive. Good luck, captains.
So the Bills will kick it off here towards the tunnel end, which will be with the wind, as that is going to play a factor today. Today's starting lineup brought to you by Losi and Ganji, workers' compensation, personal injury attorneys, working hard for hard-working Western New Yorkers. First for the Bills offense, at left tackle Deion Dawkins, left guard David Edwards, center Connor McGovern, right guard Osiris Torrance, right tackle Spencer Brown, tight ends Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, at quarterback Josh Allen, running back James Cook, wide receivers Khalil Shakir and Curtis Samuel. For the Bills defense, A.J. Epinesa at edge, defensive tackles Ed Oliver and Austin Johnson. The other edge is Greg Rousseau, at linebacker Dorian Williams and Terrell Bernard. And in the defensive backfield, Taron Johnson, Rasul Douglas, Christian Benford at the corners, Taylor Rapp and DeMar Hamlin are your safeties. And we're going to get our first look at it, Eric. The new dynamic kickoff, as they call it, as Tyler Bass will be all by himself at his own 35-yard line. The other 10 guys on the coverage unit at the Bears' 40.
The Bears returners, the blockers are all lined up at the 35-yard line. They have two just before the 30-yard line, and then they'll have two returners deep around the goal line. This really incentivizes you to try and drop a kick in between the 20 and the goal line. And then I think this year we're going to see a lot of squibs as well, but with all your guys on your kickoff team up there, it really clutters the squib lanes.
And the kick is up and away and reaches the end zone and goes out of the back of the end zone. So that one will come out to the 30-yard line. Opening kickoff brought to you by Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Khalil Herbert thought about fielding it and then realized it was going to reach the end zone and let it go back over his head. You better be sure it's going out, though, because if it's sitting in the end zone, you got to down it. It's a live ball.
Yeah, well, the Bills defenders right now lined up like the ball was going to be at the 25. It's now coming out to the 30. And I think Tyler Bass tried to land that deep in the landing zone there. The wind is whipping towards the tunnel end of the stadium. It likely carried that a couple yards deep into the end zone.
1st and 10 for the Bears. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, as Caleb Williams hands it off to DeAndre Swift, the newest running back for the Bears. Picked up as a free agent. Gets about 3 yards on the carry, maybe 4. He's out to the 33, 3-yard gain.
It looked like there was going to be a running lane there, but Greg Rousseau, working one-on-one against Cole Kmet, the tight end for the Bears, was able to disengage from the block and make the play. And just one play into the game, we have an injured Bill down the field, and it's Ed Oliver.
Yeah.
And we got to hope this isn't serious. Ed's already getting up onto his feet at the moment, walking off on his own power, so hopefully nothing serious. With the Bills' star defensive tackle going down the first play of the game, that's never something you want to see.
Yeah, Dwayne Carter checking in for him, the rookie 3rd-round pick. He went down in a crouch as he tried to get to the sideline and then had to stop right in his tracks. Caleb Williams in the shotgun here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and now Khalil Herbert, the back, comes wide to the left outside the numbers. Here on 2nd and 7 as we're just underway. Back to pass. Williams has time. Now the pocket collapsing. Going to roll out to his right. Flag on the play and just heaves it down the sideline out of bounds. And this looks like it's going to be...
It's going to be a hold on the Bears. Right tackle Darnell Wright had his arms wrapped around Greg Rousseau. So Greg Rousseau makes the first play of the game, making a tackle on the run play. There he draws a hold as Caleb Williams tries to scramble out of the pocket.
Offense, number 59. It's a 10-yard penalty replay. 2nd down.
Darnell Wright, the second-year right tackle out of Tennessee.
Yeah, so in fact that was a hold. Greg Rousseau has done a great job of keeping leverage, and because of that, Darnell Wright had to hold him and able to get the edge. Greg Rousseau impacting these first 2 plays of the preseason for the Bills.
2nd and 17 here. Williams in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Fakes the throw, handoff goes inside. There's some running room there, but Terrell Bernard wrapped him up quickly as he almost got back to the original line of scrimmage, but Herbert unable to get there as he's about 2 yards shy of that.
I don't know how much
yards on the carry.
I don't know how much time we're going to get to evaluate Caleb Williams in this game, but on his first drop back of the game, it just looked like he was slow processing the play from the pocket. That was one of the critiques coming out of college on him. You got a 3rd and 12 coming up here for the rookie. We'll see if he can get the ball out of his hands quickly. These obvious pass rush situations, usually the defensive line can get back there quick.
Williams in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass here, has some time. Fires over to the left side. It's complete right at the first down marker. And coming up with the catch is DJ Moore. Are they going to give him the first down? Yes, they're going to say his forward progress is on the other side of the 40. It's a pickup of 12 on the play and a first down.
Yeah, DJ Moore, star receiver here in Chicago, came over from Carolina last year, and he had 96 receptions, over 1,300 yards, very productive receiver. And there, the Bills' pass rush, nobody came close to Caleb Williams, gave him way too much time in the pocket, and delivered an accurate ball there.
Deshaun Williams and DeAndre Carter, or Dwayne Carter, have checked in at defensive tackle for the Bills. Williams back in the shotgun here with 3 wide. Back to pass, a blitz, and shovels the pass to DeAndre Swift, who's off and running down the left sideline into Bills territory, 25-20, and is finally caught from behind by Rasul Douglas. Oh, they caught the Bills in a blitz there, and Caleb Williams with a desperation shovel pass. It goes for big-time yardage.
Yeah, you'd never want to have a blitz called against a screen pass, and that's exactly what happened to the Bills there. They brought Terrell Bernard off the right side of the Bears offense. They run a screen back to Swift off the left-hand side, and there was nobody out in front of that one, and it goes for a big gain.
42 yards on the play. Williams under center now. I formation in the backfield. A receiver to each side. Pitch play goes to the right to Herbert. Coming around the right side with Blossingame, the fullback in front of him, and gets good yardage on the play. About 9 yards on the carry. Bernard forced him over the sideline. This is the test here, Eric. After a big play against you, how do you respond?
Yeah, and right there, just not enough pursuit, sideline to sideline there. And, you know, those are the instances where you'll generally see Matt Milano, who's obviously not in Bill's uniform, get downhill, make that play. And there, Dorian Williams unable to get over the top of the blockers to get out there and pursue the toss crack.
1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right with Odunze in motion left to right. Herbert the lone setback, takes the handoff, comes right up the middle, but he's plugged up quickly there and falls forward. He's still going to be short of the first down marker, so only a gain of 1 on the play. Taron Johnson and Deshaun Williams in on the tackle. Let's go down to the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, guys, Ed Oliver went into the tent. He came out, he talked with trainers. He has his helmet on, standing next to Sean McDermott, talking to him right now.
Well, that's a great sign. Hopefully that indicates that not much happened, just got shaken up on the first play of the game. If he's got his helmet on, standing by coach, I'd imagine it's not very serious.
3rd and 1 from the Bills 9. Williams under center, hands it off, trying to cut it back is Khalil Herbert, but he's knocked down and tripped up by Rasul Douglas. Big play on the backside. If he doesn't make that tackle, Eric, he's into the end zone.
And that's why corners have to be able to tackle in Sean McDermott's defense, now Bobby Babbich's defense, because they're often the contained guy. And there, Khalil Herbert goes all the way back, wraps it all the way back across the formation. Rasul Douglas is there, tackles him for a 3-yard loss to force the field goal attempt.
That brings the field goal unit on. Cairo Santos in his 11th season, on for a 30-yard attempt from dead center, middle of the field. Here's the snap, hold is down, kick on the way, and it is good. So the Bears put points on the board on their opening drive, and they lead the Bills 3-0 with 10:03 left in the first quarter. If you're in a car crash, call the Barnes Firm. Our hometown attorneys want to help you get the best result possible. Call 1-800-8-million. It could be the best call you make. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Dear football fans, Toyota's roster of all-star vehicles are ready for kickoff. Drive the field in style with a Camry or Corolla. Upgrade your ground game with the versatile RAV4. Or there's Grand Highlander and Tundra, our full-size Defenders. And here's an extra point. All these vehicles come with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive.
Cheers, insiders. Thanks for hanging out with us for the Buffalo Bills matchup against the Chicago Bears in the first week of the preseason. This is something new here on TSI. I'm glad all of you guys are here hanging out with us. Please, if you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell so you don't miss it when we go live for all of the Buffalo Bills games this season, and help this community keep on growing. This Toronto sports community is amazing, and we can't wait to watch every single Buffalo Bills game with you guys every single weekend right here on Toronto Sports Insider. Cheers, everybody. We'll see you back in the chat. Go Bills.
The maternal fetal medicine and OB teams at Oshai Children's Hospital. I don't know if me and Oakley would be here today. From his irregular heartbeat they found on the ultrasound to coping with high risk for bleeding at delivery, they were our comfort, our strength, and our hope through it all. Oshai Children's Hospital is the place where our lives change for good. Donate today at 4och.org.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We now have unlimited data that never slows you down. Covered by the Verizon 5G network. And for less than $30 a month, we make your phone your ride or die. Switch now and pick a free 5G phone with qualified plan purchase. And your fourth line at no additional cost. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Welcome back to Highmark Stadium. Chris Brown, Eric Wood with you. Bears currently lead the Bills 3-0 after a successful opening drive and a 30-yard field goal from Cairo Santos. We now await the first kick return opportunity for the Bills as Cairo Santos sets up at his own 35, and with the win, the ball is not staying on the tee, and one of the rules, you can have a 12th player come on the field to hold the ball. After the kick, though, he has to leave immediately. Run off the field because he is a non-eligible player. Santos able to kick this one up and away. He pops it up. It's short at the 10. Fielded there by Hamler. Out to the 25-30. And he's wrapped up at the 29-yard line. Dominique Robinson on the tackle, the defensive lineman. Bill's first drive of the game is brought to you by our Upstate Honda dealers. For great deals on the Honda Prologue and the entire Honda lineup, visit your Upstate Honda dealer today. Keon Coleman, the rookie, coming out right away here, Aaron.
Yeah, there's a nice ovation for this offense coming out on the field. They're going to be in that 12 personnel set that we expect them to, with Knox and Kincaid both out there as well.
Two receivers to the left, Allen under center. Cook the lone setback here on 1st and 10 from the 29. Handoff goes to Cook, dances at the line, now tries to bust it outside, and nothing doing. Maybe a yard on the play. Tackle by DeMarcus Walker.
With this Bills offense, I would expect to see some handoffs. I would expect to see some quick game. They're not going to want Josh taking any shots in this game. No prolonged play action and all that. They're going to make sure that the ball gets out of his hands quick, but they want to get him some time under task with some of these new weapons on the outside.
Kincaid and Coleman out wide to the right. Another receiver on the left. Cook to the right of Allen in the shotgun on 2nd and 9 from the Bills' 30. Here's the snap. Back to pass, looking left, and it's complete to Khalil Shakir. Wrapped up quickly, though, by Jalen Jones. But not before a gain of 7 on the play. Let's go down to Sal.
Yeah, guys, you got an official injury update on Ed Oliver. It is encouraging. He is cleared to return, but he will not return to this game. That'll be more precautionary. Knee, by the way. It is a knee.
The injury reports are brought to you by the Barnes Firm. Car crash for help, call 1-800-8-MILLION. 3 wide to the right side with Scantling, Shakir, and Coleman. Cook to the right of Allen in the shotgun here on 3rd and 2. Handoff goes to Cook, trying to cut it back, but he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage as the defensive line of the Bears completely penetrated and grabbed him early. He never got to the line of scrimmage, Eric.
No, he didn't. And the Bills tried to use one of their tackle pull plays that they used so often last year with the tackle coming across the formation to trap a guy on the end of scrimmage, but there was so much penetration. The puller got knocked off, and the Bills are going to go 3 and out. The Bears converted 3rd and 12 earlier in their drive. The Bills fail on 3rd and 2, and now they're going to go 3 and out with a quick punt here.
Bears were the #1 run defense in football last season. Sam Martin punts it up and away, deep to return. And he's going to let it bounce at the 6. It's going to roll at the 4, and it's going to be downed at the 3 by Cam Lewis. Not a great decision there by DeAndre Carter. A 62-yard punt and no return. That's the way for Sam Martin to start the season. Today's Buffalo Bills radio broadcast proudly presented by Salino Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. First in quality, first in service. Call 68-FLUSH-FIRST. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Don't miss a new episode this week of Forward Progress, a conversation on race and sports in America with Jason Jackson and Kirk Morrison.
Here's Amin Elhassan sitting in for Kirk Morrison. Ricky Alderette pled guilty to stealing a Jackie Robinson statue.
Is doing this worth the risk? Which is, can you repeat it for the audience?
15 years in prison.
Was it worth it?
Check out Forward Progress. New episodes each Wednesday on the SiriusXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
The 2024 Training Camp Tour rolls on.
Focus on the football, fellas. Focus, focus.
And SiriusXM NFL Radio brings you down to the field for an all-access pass to your favorite team.
You do your best to put yourself in position to get the result you want.
From the preseason right through Super Bowl 59, hear every game on SiriusXM.
Touchdown!
Hear every stop of the 2024 Training Camp Tour on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
All of the viral songs from TikTok's For You page.
All on one
SiriusXM channel.
Presented by creators like me.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
TikTok Radio.
TikTok Radio.
Channel 4 and the SiriusXM app.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We're back on the track Sunday,
5 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Cookout 400 from Richmond Raceway.
Checker flag, baby. Yeah.
On SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yeah.
SiriusXM.
You're listening to SiriusXM Satellite Radio.
SiriusXM.
Satellite Radio.
A Richmond Vona sideline report. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Vona. Guys, Matt Milano and Von Miller both warmed up. They were out here. They're out here on the sidelines. They will not play today, but they did warm up with the defense.
All right, thanks very much, Sal. 1st and 10 for the Bears here with 7:52 in this first quarter. Bears up 3-0 at their own 3-yard line. A lot of second-team defenders in for the Bills on defense. Lone setback is Herbert, and the handoff goes quickly over the right side, but the Bills are wise to that. Kyer Elam came down to help and may have been the first on the scene. A gain of 2 on the play.
He's had an impressive training camp. Sean McDermott said he wants to just continue to see consistency out of the third-year cornerback. Was a first-round draft pick, brought in out of Florida. Slow start to his career, but he seems to be playing with a new level of confidence now, and we see it on the first play that he's in the game there, where he steps in to make a run stuff quickly.
2nd and 8 here, 10 on the play clock as we come up on 7 minutes left. Misdirection play, and it goes to DJ Moore. No, Khalil Herbert tried to come around the left side, but it was not executed well. A lot of traffic due to penetration up front by Buffalo's defensive line. It went nowhere.
A.J. Epinesa made a nice play on the edge. He shoved the left tackle, Braxton Jones, back into the running back. He was trying to cross the hole. So now the Bills are going to force a 3rd and 6 here. And I was really concerned about the pass rush the last time that the Bills had him in 3rd and 12. We'll see if somebody can get home across this defensive line now. Out there rushing on the edge is Dewan Smoot and A.J. Epinesa.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Williams in the shotgun. Back to pass from his own end zone. Tries to step up in the pocket, flings it to the right side, and it's almost picked off by Cam Lewis. There is a flag on the play.
Saw some contact down the field. Cam Lewis read that perfectly at the end. Caleb Williams lucky that's not an interception, but where this penalty's thrown.
Illegal contact.
Yep.
Defense, number 39. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Yeah, I saw that contact before the play, and it was Cam Lewis, and he read it perfectly. Just past the line of scrimmage. Once you're 5 yards past down the field, you cannot contact the receiver, and just a little too physical out there on the edge going against the rookie, Roman Dunze.
Dunze also making his NFL debut here with his fellow draft classmate Caleb Williams. Both top 10 picks for the Bears. Williams going to go under center here on 1st and 10 from their own 12. With 6:27 left in the opening quarter, Bears up 3-0. Keenan Allen in motion right to left, fakes the handoff, rolls out, and throws it underneath, complete to Moore, trying to fight away from the tackler, and wrestles his way for extra yardage. As he gets away from Cam Lewis, DeMar Hamlin has to help clean up, and it's a first down for the Bears after a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, most of the defense bit on the run, and then Dewan Smoot looked like he was going to be able to have contained, and then he slipped on this Highmark Field turf, and because of that, Caleb Williams had so much room out in front of him to look down the field, ends up dumping it off, and it goes for a nice gain.
1st and 10 at the 27. Bears on the ball quickly. Khalil Herbert coming around the left side as the corner, turns it upfield, and has another first down before he's forced out of bounds by Dorian Williams. Some chunk plays being strung together here by the Bears.
And it's those chunk plays that have come after a 3rd down conversion. On the first drive is at 3rd and 12. Then they get them in a 3rd and 6. They convert both of those, keep the defense on the field. Maybe they start getting a little bit tired, especially this early in the preseason, and now you're seeing those chunk plays happen.
14-yard gain by Herbert. He's the lone setback again. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And now Simba Webster comes in motion left to right with Williams under center here on 1st and 10 from the 41. 5 on the play clock. Down to 3. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Another rollout. Pump fakes. Williams looking down the right sideline. Complete for another first down. And forced out of bounds at the 33-yard line is Cole Kmet, the tight end. Kendall Williamson knocked him out of bounds. Oh boy, they're ripping off big chunk plays now. And you see that arm strength from Caleb Williams, Eric. Yeah. He's got a rocket.
He was so good out of the pocket at USC. So what's this offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, do? He gets him out of the pocket in his first preseason action to allow him to play to his strengths, and it's been on display here.
1st and 10 in Buffalo territory after that 26-yard pass play at the 33. Williams back to pass, looks out to the right side, had Kmet, but he dropped the football. He had him right at the 29-yard line. Would have been a pickup of at least 5, but it goes incomplete.
And I believe that's going to go down as the first incompletion for Caleb Williams. You had the defensive PI, you had the holding call earlier on a couple incompletions. So Caleb Williams is going to start this game 4 for 5 for 95 yards.
4:31 left in this opening quarter. 2nd and 10 now for the Bears. Williams in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And now coming in motion is Moore. Handoff goes inside to Herbert, but he's bottled up. Dwayne Carter on the scene with Javon Solomon. 2 rookies combining on that tackle.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. You want to see your rookies show up in these preseason games. The Bills, obviously start without three of their veteran guys in Daquan Jones, Von Miller, and Matt Milano. Then Ed Oliver gets taken out early. This has given a lot of opportunity to some of these younger guys on this Bills defense early in this game to get some real action against the starters for the Bears.
Only a gain of 1, so it's 3rd and 9 here. Play clock down to 9. Williams in the shotgun, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Travis Homer, the 3rd down back to the right of Williams in the backfield. Back to pass, pocket collapsing. Williams escapes, has a lot of running room down to the 20 and slides at the 17-yard line. It's another first down for Chicago after a 14-yard scramble by the rookie Williams.
Part of the reason the pass rush might not have been great on the last 2 3rd and mediums to 3rd and longs is because they were doing more contained rushing. Keep Caleb Williams in the pocket. Well, that time they pin their ears back, they get up the field, and he makes them pay with his legs.
1st and 10 at the Buffalo 19 now as we come up on 3 minutes left in the opening quarter. 2 receivers to the right, DJ Moore to the left. Herbert alone set back with Williams under center. Takes the snap, handoff to Herbert. Coming over the left side, big hit at the line of scrimmage. Dorian Williams in the vicinity, along with Javon Solomon and Dwayne Carter. They made the stop, probably a 2-yard gain on the play.
Bills were able to force a field goal attempt. The last time the Bears got down in the red zone, now the Bears are sitting at the Bills' 18-yard line. We'll see if this defense can shore up again here in the red zone and force another one.
Bears, one of the worst red zone offenses in football last season. They're hoping Caleb Williams can change that. He's under center in a 2 tight end look. Fakes the handoff, another rollout to the right. Surveying the field, finds DJ Moore, but he did not hang on to the football as it was broken up by Kendall Williamson, who was with the Bears at this time last season on their roster.
That's a nice play there to break up the ball. I thought for sure DJ Moore was going to make that a 3rd and short or get the first down, but now the Bills are going to force another 3rd down, and the Bills defense has really struggled getting off the field on 3rd downs here today. Chicago 2 for 3 converting those. Their one stop was the nice play by Rasul Douglas on the 3rd and 1 for a 3-yard loss.
Bears going to spread it out here. 3 to the right, 1 to the left is the tight end Everett. Homer in the backfield to the left of Williams in the shotgun from the 18. Back to pass. Has time, looking around, rolls out to his right, fires it to the back corner of the end zone looking for Adunze, but it is incomplete as he overthrew him, and Deshaun Williams got a shot in on Caleb Williams in the offensive backfield. Lucky he didn't get a flag.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been just a hair late, but, he didn't fall on top of him. He just shoved him with his hands. He didn't, lower the shoulder or anything, so they're going to let that one slide. Caleb Williams, maybe not in the NFL long enough to get those calls quite yet.
So this will be a 36-yard attempt for Cairo Santos. This one from the left hash as the Bills defense, again, keeps the Bears out of the end zone. And we've got a flag. There might have been a false start here by the Bears. The Bills are indicating somebody moved. We'll see what the officials say.
By the reaction of DeMar Hamlin, it looks like this might be against the Bills.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 57. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
A.J. Epinesa, the guilty party there.
And if I'm the Bears right now, you had 4th and 3 on your last drive. You're going to have 4th and 4 now. If I'm only going to give Caleb Williams maybe a quarter of work, I just let him stay out there and just evaluate him a little bit more on these 4th downs. But the Bears are going to line up for another field goal attempt.
So after a free 5 yards, it's a 31-yard attempt for Santos. Snap, hold down, kick on the way, and it is good. 2:13 left in this opening quarter, and the Bears have doubled their lead. It's now 6-0 Chicago with 2:13 left in the opening quarter. This Buffalo Bills radio broadcast brought to you in part by Reimer Home Services. For your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, get Reimer on the horn. Call 716-908-6828 or visit Reimer.com today. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Right here for the big plays and the big wins. Right here for the longest passes and the toughest runs. For the highlights, the cheers, and all the hey-hey-hey-s. At Univera Healthcare, we know what it takes to be here for Western New York teams, both on and off the field. because our home, our hearts, and our focus are always right here. And not to mention, our favorite team is too. Learn more and explore plans at theuniverydifference.com.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next. The next chance to skip the trip, thanks to Mobile Deposit, the easy way to deposit checks from your phone. The next way to split the bill. With Zelle, the app that lets you safely send money to just about anyone. Even the next contact-free shopping spree. Simply add your Northwest Visa credit card to your mobile wallet. It's all part of Northwest Checking, with 3 flexible options to fit your life. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Visit northwest.com, member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As school messes return, rest easy. Clorox has got your back to school.
Oh, no.
I'm back. That messy science experiment. And I brought baking soda, cornstarch.
And you're due tomorrow, right? Well, at least I stocked up on Clorox disinfecting wipes, because you're not messing up my kitchen counters like last time.
Ooh, smart. Got any food coloring?
And off to the store we go.
Stock up on Clorox disinfecting wipes that clean 3 times better than wet paper towels on kitchen grease and soap scum. Use as directed.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
One other game going on right now in NFL preseason action. The Jets and Commanders are tied at 10 at halftime. Last night, Dolphins beat the Falcons 20-13. Among other games we'll get to in a little while. That's your NFL scoreboard, delivered to you by the UPS store. Be unstoppable. In fact, guys, I'll tell you right now, Texans beat the Steelers 20-12, and the Eagles beat the Ravens 16-13. See what happens when the ball falls off the tee?
Yeah, get an extra score in. It's great. Yeah, ball blew off the tee, but Santos has it up on there now. Kicks it up and away to Hamler and Hardy. This one going to be fielded at the 5, and it's dropped by Hamler. Picks it up at the 15, trying to avoid tacklers and does, and then just turtles and covers the ball at the 17-yard line. Not the cleanest return, but maintained ball security. And the offense will start at their own 17 here with 2:05 left in the opening quarter, down 6-0.
And that's a position the Bills are evaluating right now, is on the returns, punt return and kick return. Not a good start there by Hamler there, dropping that one and then having to just go down to the ground at the 17.
Marquez Valdez scaling out wide to the right with Samuel inside of him and Kincaid next to him. Coleman by himself on the left side with Allen in the shotgun. Quick hitter out to Samuel. Going to cut it back inside on a tunnel screen and gets out to the 31-yard line. Nice pickup there of 14 yards for a first down. And that's some of the Swiss Army knife work that we should expect Curtis Samuel will be doing this season.
Yeah, the yards after catch ability that we just saw there is something that the Bills coveted when they brought him in free agency. And then we could also see him carry the ball out of the backfield and then also be used down the field in the pass game.
Jalen Jones shaken up, Bears defensive back on the play. Take your life back with Catholic Health's Joint Centers, nationally recognized for faster recovery and better outcomes. We're going to take a break. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Bills fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Buffalo Bills on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Bills content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the Sirius XM app. Download it and search Buffalo Bills today.
Every NFL game is on Sirius XM.
To the end zone, touchdown!
It's week 1 of the preseason.
It's exciting just to be back and hear the roar of the crowd.
Hear every snap and your team's pre- and post-game shows on the Sirius XM app. Plus, NFL Radio's training camp tour gets you ready for the season with previews of all 32 teams.
Playing this position, you get the credit, you get the blame, but I love leading these guys.
They've attacked it. They've challenged each other. So you get into these camps and you want to see that.
Just search for your favorite team on the all-new Sirius XM app.
The biggest names in NASCAR talk are now with SiriusXM.
Hey, this is Denny Hamlin, host of Actions Detrimental, driver of the number 11 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, and co-owner of 2311 Racing. Join me and my co-host Jared Allen every Monday for a recap of each NASCAR race from the driver's seat. We'll break down how my race went and hopefully ending in victory lane.
Hear Actions Detrimental plus every incredible podcast from Dirty Mo Media right now on the SiriusXM app.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
Buffalo fans, hear what Coach McDermott and the players have to say after each game on the Bills channel. 8:03 on the SiriusXM app.
Joining you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth, Northwest Bank for What's Next. Chris Brown, Eric Wood with you. Bills with the football down 6-0, 1:45 and counting left in this opening quarter. 1st and 10 from the 31. Allen under center here. Valdez-Scantling in motion left to right to make it a 2-wide set on the right side. Cook alone back in the backfield. He's going to take the handoff over the left side. Able to fall forward here and get about 4 yards on the carry. It's going to set up 2nd and medium here. Tackled by Andrew Billings.
Run game off to a slow start in this one, but they are able to pick up 4 there. James Cook had an awesome season last year in his second year. The feature back for the Bills last year. Pro Bowl season. Would love to see some of that again this year.
Allen in the shotgun here with Cook to his left. Shakir comes in motion left to right to join Coleman on the right side. One receiver to the left. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Pressure coming from Tremaine Edmonds, who bats the pass out of the air. Incomplete. Wow, Josh Allen's old draft classmate said hello.
They talked about the communication pregame and how they wanted that to be an emphasis today, and obvious miscommunication there. Really up front, no one accounting for Tremaine Edmonds, who's coming right up the middle of the defense. Luckily didn't take a big shot on his former teammate, Josh Allen, in the pocket there.
Allen back in the shotgun here on a 3rd and 6. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cook in the backfield. 6 on the play clock. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Allen going to roll out to his right. Fakes the throw. Going to take off and run and slide as he reaches the first down marker as he's out to the 43-yard line. First down Buffalo after a run of 8 yards by Allen.
I was hoping he was going to get down on the ground there. Josh makes him pay with his legs there to pick up the first down, and it looked like he might have initiated that slide, maybe even just a touch before the first down marker, but good awareness by Josh from our vantage point, little off. He knew exactly where the sticks were, and he picks up the first down.
2 tight ends set here with a bunch formation on the left. Coleman by himself on the right. Handoff, though, going to go on the right side to Cook, and he is bottled up early again. Chicago's defensive front has been formidable, and as I mentioned earlier, Eric, the Bears' defense, number 1 against the run. 86 yards a game allowed in 2023.
This is the end.
That's showing up here after a loss of 1. End of the first quarter, so it's time to make the switch to the second quarter, brought to you by Northwest Bank. Helping you reach your goals with real-life solutions and advice. Go to Northwest.com. Northwest Bank for What's Next. 6-0 Chicago. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
When you need a knee or hip replacement, you know it. If you're in pain and unable to do the things you love, the orthopedic teams at Kenmore Mercy and Sisters Hospital, St. Joseph's Campus, provide nationally recognized joint replacement services that can eliminate chronic pain and improve your quality of life. Our advanced procedures, low complication rates, and on-site rehab allow for the best outcomes and a faster recovery.
Cheers, Insiders! Thanks for hanging out with us. It's almost time for our next Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto campaign here on Toronto Sports Insider. Even the dogs are excited upstairs. August 12th is the start of our next campaign. We did awesome things as a community back in the hockey playoffs for the Leafs. Let's do it again. Obviously, once it starts, I will post the link in the chat, but your help is greatly appreciated. Let's change the world, one insider at a time. Thanks, TSI community. We'll see you back in the chat.
Behold, the mightiest assembly ever witnessed. We are all gathered in the darkness. Together we can be the light. I call upon every crew. We need you all to join our fight for a new Sick Kids, and we need you now. Who's with us? Who is with us?
Are you with us, Insiders? Let's go. You heard the man. Let's donate some money to Sick Kids. Anything that you can is a huge help. Cheers, Insiders. Let's change the world.
Twisted Tea is perfect for the beach, the lake, or wherever you're hanging out and day drinking with your friends. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
A Richmond Bona sideline report. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Bona. Head coach Sean McDermott said expect about a quarter for Josh Allen and the starters. It's been a quarter. Here comes Mitch Trubisky. He's going under center against the team that made him the number 2 overall pick in 2017. Trubisky now in against the Chicago Bears.
Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. So Trubisky going against his former team here to start the second quarter. 2nd and 11 at the Buffalo 42. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Cook to the right of Trubisky in the backfield. Back to pass off a 3-step drop. Fires in the right flat, complete to Kincaid for a pickup of 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and medium here, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, there's no other team that Mitch Trubisky would like to play well against than the Chicago Bears, who drafted him 2nd overall and then moved on from him. But he's had a nice career, bounced around a little bit, spent some time in Buffalo, and now we have him back, and he'll be competing for this backup quarterback role.
Trubisky in the shotgun, bunch formation on the left. 1 receiver to the right, Cook in the backfield. Here's the snap, back to pass, has time, out to the left flat. It's complete to Khalil Shakir, but he's short of the first down marker by a couple of yards as he only gets to the 49. He needed the 47 in Chicago territory, but the offense is going to stay on the field here to try to convert a 4th and 2. Josh Blackwell on the tackle there on Shakir in the open field.
It wouldn't surprise me here to see them potentially just try and get him to jump off sides, or if you see a look that you like on the outside, maybe try and take advantage of it. Right now, it looks like a pretty good run look by James Cook.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Trubisky back to pass, pressure coming, fires underneath, and it's complete to Shakir for a first down. Gets away from Blackwell and up the sideline. Finally forced out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It's a first down and more for Khalil Shakir.
It's a nice job by Trubisky manipulating the pocket. Shakir getting open against man-to-man coverage. I said it looked like a good run look because there was no linebackers in the middle of the field. Looked like they could get 2 yards that way. Trubisky sticks with the original pass play and delivers a nice ball for the first down.
19 yards on that pass play, and catch and run by Shakir sets the Bills up 1st and 10 at the Chicago 30. Samuel and Coleman on the left, another receiver on the right. Trubisky in the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Cook. Rolling to his right, pumps, and now is just going to run to the sideline for a short gain. Picks up 3 yards on the scramble, set up 2nd and 7 from the Chicago 27 as we're up under 13 minutes left in the half.
Rookie running back Ray Davis is going to check in the game. I'm excited to see this guy run in the games. Look, he's 5'8", he's 220 pounds, and we've heard from everybody that this is a guy that's going to play better when the pads go on. That's when he's going to be able to show off his skill set, so he'll get an opportunity to here today.
Brandon Beane called him a dog. 2 receivers to the left. Handoff going to go to Davis up the middle. Gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage as it looked like the player that got him was TJ Edwards, knifing in from his linebacker spot, and he fell forward for a gain of 1 on the play to bring up 3rd and 6 here.
Yeah, one of the things they want to see from Ray Davis is the ability to pass protect. They know what he can do with the football in his hands. A lot of guys come out of college ready to run the football in the NFL. The kicker is, can you pick up these complex defensive schemes in the NFL and be able to hold up in pass protection? He'll get an opportunity here.
8 on the play clock. Trubisky in the shotgun. Back to pass. Fires out to the right side. Complete to Coleman for a first down as he turns, gets past the sticks, and steps out of bounds at the 19-yard line. First down, Buffalo, on Coleman's first reception as a Buffalo Bill. The Bills are in the Relax red zone. Relax, we got this.
The Bills' top draft pick, Keon Coleman, gets his first catch of the Bills uniform here in the preseason. Runs a nice little stop route on the outside, creates separation. And then I mentioned the pass protection by Ray Davis. He stepped up nicely in the hole, stuffs the linebacker that gave Trubisky the time for that play.
Handoff goes to Davis on 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, bottled up inside as this Bears defensive front is flat out impressive against the run. They stopped Davis dead in his tracks. He got about a half yard on the play.
Yeah, last year they only gave up 3.8 yards per carry. You mentioned they had the #1 rush defense in the league, only giving up 86 a game, and they're showing off here early in this one. Not a lot of scheming goes into preparing for the other team's defense, and that might be part of the reason why we're not seeing bigger run lanes up front. But the guys up front aren't creating those holes either.
2nd and 10, Trubisky in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking into the end zone, and he overshot the tight end, Quentin Morris. He was wide open. Morris was expecting it on his inside shoulder, and Trubisky threw it to his outside shoulder, a little high and a little wide, incomplete.
Yeah, down here in the red zone, that's about as open of a receiver as you're going to get in this league. And I'm not sure if Mitch was trying to lead him away from contact because there was a safety coming over in that zone, but the Bills missed an opportunity there.
2 receivers to the left, Coleman to the right. Davis in the backfield to the right of Trubisky in the shotgun, and we have some movement. The defender moved first, but did he get into the neutral zone to trigger Spencer Brown? That's the key here.
Yeah, it looks like he did. That's
neutral zone infraction. Defense number 92. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Daniel Hardy was the guy that jumped into the neutral zone there, so a free 5 yards.
When a guy jumps in the neutral zone, you have 2 options. You could snap the football and try and get that free play, or an offensive lineman can flinch at him, which will then just give you the free 5 yards there, as opposed to snapping the football, trying to get the free play. They flinch at him, they pick up the 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 10.
Bunch formation on the right, Coleman by himself on the left. Davis to the left to Trubisky in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Back to pass off a 3-step drop, has time, fires over the middle, and it's complete. Coleman on the reception at the 5-yard line. It's a first down. Is it Samuel that made the catch? It's Samuel. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, that was Curtis Samuel. Those single-digit numbers from our vantage point could be a little hard to differentiate down there, and they're both wearing white arm sleeves out there on the field, but that's a nice job by Trubisky, standing in the pocket there again, and he starts off this game 5 for 6.
1st and goal from the 5. Trubisky under center. Davis the lone setback. Takes the handoff, and he's bottled up again. Didn't even get to the line of scrimmage, and he's getting hit. Loss of 1 on the play as it'll get backed up to the 6.
Yeah, the Bears brought a blitz off the left-hand side of the offense. They brought their safety, Jonathan Owens, off the side. He's unaccounted for on that play, and he does a nice job. Ray Davis didn't even have a chance to get his feet going there to even use any of that power that we've heard all about to be able to get it towards the end zone.
Jonathan Owens, the husband of Simone Biles, just back from the Olympics after watching her win gold medals left and right. Trubisky in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, back to pass, fires to the end zone, and it's almost intercepted. Keon Coleman played defender there to prevent the interception.
You mentioned his IQ on the pregame show with me, and it was on display there because Mitch Trubisky, that was going to be an interception in the end zone, which is devastating to an offense. Instead, Keon Coleman wraps up the defender's arms so that he's unable to make that catch, and it brings up now a 3rd and 5, but the Bills still maintain the football.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson, the one that broke up that play. Trubisky in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Davis in the backfield. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Shoots to the end zone, intended for Keon Coleman, but it's a little high and incomplete. Coleman is arguing that Jalen Jones ran through his back on the play and had contact before the ball arrived, but no flag as it goes incomplete.
There was definitely a lot of contact there, but you know what? I like that. I like going to him there because now Keon Coleman understands the physicality as a receiver that you have to play with in the NFL, in the red zone in particular, and he'll learn from that moment there.
24-yard field goal attempt for Tyler Bass here, brought to you by Univera Healthcare, right here for Western New York teams on and off the field. Snap by Ferguson, hold by Martin, kick by Bass is up, and it is good. So the Bills cut the Bears' lead in half with a field goal drive. Chicago leads 6-3 as we have 9:15 left in the half. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Don't miss a new episode this week of Forward Progress, a conversation on race and sports in America with Jason Jackson and Kirk Morrison.
Here's Amin Elhassan sitting in for Kirk Morrison. Ricky Alderette pled guilty to stealing a Jackie Robinson statue.
Is doing this worth the risk? Which is, can you repeat it for the audience?
15 years in prison.
Was it worth it?
Check out Forward Progress. New episodes each Wednesday on the Sirius XM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
Be the most informed player in your fantasy football league by listening to the experts on Fantasy Sports Radio.
I want to thank you guys for making me a better fantasy player.
Hear player rankings, position breakdowns, and expert drafts.
There is no bigger value today than Dak Prescott.
Going deep down the right side, got a man, caught, touchdown Cowboys!
The road to a fantasy football championship begins with Fantasy Sports Radio. Channel 87 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
2K your way with SiriusXM channels designed to shift your timeline. Jump into the pit with hard rock and new metal on Turbo, Channel 41.
It's just one of those days!
Go hard all day with zeros and tens hip-hop on Flex 2K, Channel 49. Bees in the track. Or sink into your feels with alternative anthems on Alt 2K. Listen to all of these and more 2000s channels across SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
This is John Paul Morosi. Coming up on the next episode of The Road to Cooperstown, I sit down with Hall of Famer Alan Trammell.
I felt like a little kid, and when you go into the Hall of Fame, there's nothing wrong with that. The respect that I have for my peers is something that I don't want to change.
The Road to Cooperstown airs Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM 89, and the all-new SiriusXM app. New episodes drop every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts.
Scotty Scheffler is the Masters champion.
The biggest events in golf are on PGA Tour Radio, Channel 92 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
Bills get on the board. Tyler Bass with a field goal after a Toyota drive time of 18 plays, 78 yards, 7 minutes and 58 seconds off the clock. That's all brought to you by Toyota, the official car and truck of the Buffalo Bills. Long drive. It results in a field goal, not a touchdown.
Bills' first score of the game brought to you by Salino Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. First in quality, first in service. Call 6-8-FLUSH first. So Bass having trouble keeping the ball on the tee as well. It's been windy here this afternoon. We can see the pants of the official rippling. And now Sam Martin is going to come on as the 12th player on the kick coverage unit, but he is a non-eligible player. He seems pretty fired up to be holding the ball. Everybody's enjoying this new dynamic kickoff. He has to run off the field immediately after the kick is away, though. He cannot be a part of the coverage unit.
And what constitutes immediately?
Right, yeah. Well, he's jogging off as the kick is into the end zone and goes out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Bears will get it at their own 30-yard line here.
I'm surprised, and I understand the one was downwind. I'm surprised he kicked that one off into the end zone there. I just assumed that the Bills would want to evaluate their coverage units and also see, especially this year, the different coverages throughout the game just based upon the dynamic kickoff rules.
Coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth, Northwest Bank, for what's next. Yeah, I think I would tend to think they wanted Tyler Bass to put that in the field to play. Maybe he overestimated the wind coming in his face there. Tyson Bagent in at quarterback for the Bears here in the shotgun, and back to pass on 1st and 10. Fires out to the left side, complete to Steven Carlson, the tight end. Short gain there. Tackle made by Williamson on the play after a gain of 3.
Tyson Bagent with some of the best press conference confidence from any quarterback that I've ever heard. And so we're going to get to see him in action here today. We got to see him last year as well.
Yeah, as a rookie.
Yep.
At a Division II Shepherd. So you make the NFL as a backup in your rookie year, you should be confident. Flags fly as the play is blown dead here on 2nd and 7.
Snap infraction on the center, number 63. It's a 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So that'll back the Bears up 5 yards. We'll set up a 2nd and 12. Second and 12 for Chicago here from their own 28. Bajan in the shotgun. Velus Jones lining up in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Back to pass on a 3-step drop underneath over the middle. Complete to Tommy Sweeney. The former Bill makes the reception and is tackled immediately at the 32-yard line by Dorian Williams. Sweeney played for the Giants last year, but latched on with the Bears in free agency, signing a 1-year deal here this offseason.
Yeah, unfortunately, coming out of COVID, he had a heart issue and some other things that prevented him from having much of a career with the Bills, but it's nice to see him getting an opportunity here with the Bears.
7:53 and counting here in this second quarter. 3rd and 8 for Chicago. Bajan back in the shotgun. Travis Homer in the backfield to his left. Movement on the line by Cameron Klein, and Bajan heaves it over the sideline, and a blistering hit there is delivered by Williamson to what will be deemed a defenseless receiver as the ball sails over the sideline incomplete. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Back here at Highmark Stadium, where the receiver on the play for the Bears took a
There are 2 fouls on the
blistering
play,
shot.
both on the defense. Offside, defense number 96. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 36. This penalty is enforced 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
So Kendall Williamson flagged for unnecessary roughness. He's the guy that lowered the boom on the intended receiver there. We still don't have a number on the receiver. Oh, it was DeAndre Carter, who took a shoulder shot to the face mask after the ball had gone over his head.
Yeah, he truly just let up on the play. That's not a smart play at all by Kendall Williamson. I mean, there was just no need for it. Kaiir Elam was running stride for stride with him. There was no chance of him catching that football, and he really took a shot at the end of that one. And so we got about 7 minutes and 41 seconds left in this second quarter, and it looks like we're going to head to break with Carter still down on the field.
The Buffalo Bills radio broadcast brought to you by Northwest Bank. At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next, like the next way to save, like a champion run. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Bills fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the SiriusXM app. Just search Buffalo Bills on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Bills content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more.
It's all on the SiriusXM app.
Download it and search Buffalo Bills today.
I'm Ashley Flowers, host of the #1 true crime podcast in the world, Crime Junkie. I'm so excited to bring you the ultimate destination for true crime right here on SiriusXM, Crime Junkie Radio. You'll hear episodes from our award-winning podcast, plus Crime Junkie AF. On the show, we explore cases that are unfolding right now, keeping you on the pulse of what's happening in true crime. It's all on Crime Junkie Radio. Hear it now and anytime on the SiriusXM app. Just search Crime Junkie Radio.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM.
Hey, Bills fans, thanks for hanging out with us again. Appreciate you guys being here with us for the first game of the preseason. Remember, we did a few games at the end of last season, the playoff run. It was crazy. The response was awesome. So we're glad to have you guys back, and we're glad to provide the home of every single Bills game this season right here on Toronto Sports Insider. We'll see you guys back in the chat. You're going to have to help me out, inform me a little bit. I'm not a diehard Bills fan, so you're going to have to let me know who are the players to watch. What do we got going on? And I'm sure I'll pick it up after a few preseason games and especially a few of the first regular season games as well. See you guys back in the chat. Go Bills.
XM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
Buffalo fans, hear what Coach McDermott and the players have to say after each game on the Bills channel. 8:03 on the Sirius XM app.
Well, the NFL's number 1 pick, Caleb Williams, is here. Number 2 pick, Jaden Daniels, making his professional debut today. He has gone 2 for 3 for 45 yards for the Washington Commanders, 10-10 against the Jets in that one. That's your NFL scoreboard, delivered to you by the UPS store. Be unstoppable.
1st and 10 for the Bears from their own 47. Bajan under center. Takes the snap. Handoff goes to Travis Homer, the running back. Comes over the left side, and Javon Solomon is on him quickly as he gets just a yard on the carry.
Javon Solomon, someone that the Bills are very excited about. He's just 6'1", but the Bills drafted him in the 5th round out of Troy. He's got a lot of juice, a lot of quickness off the edge. It'll be interesting to see if he can develop him into a pass rush option for this Bills defense.
He has long arms at 34 inches and big, strong hands, 11-inch hands. So 2nd and 8 here for the Bears as Bajan goes under center, receiver to each side and a 2 tight end look. Fakes the handoff, back to pass on play action. Pressure came from Austin Johnson, the defensive tackle, and Bajan has to scurry off to the Bears sideline to escape the pressure. Dorian Williams corralled him and shepherded him out of bounds.
These Bills defenders are starting to get some pressure on the quarterback. That often happens when the backup offensive linemen come in the game, but it is a good sign to see them starting to get some pressure on the quarterback. That pass rush just wasn't quite there early.
Loss of 1 on the play, so Dorian Williams going to get credited with a sack on Bajan there. Brings up 3rd and 11 at the 46 of the Bears. Bajan in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Homer the lone setback to the left of Bajan in the backfield. Here's the snap, back to pass, pressure coming off the edge. Bajan in trouble again, retreats around the pocket, heaves it as he's hit, and it's caught on the sidelines. But did he get his feet down? The official says yes. Steven Carlson with an amazing grab. The tight end somehow came down with the prayer of a pass. Cam Lewis in coverage. Wow.
Man, this is very close on the sideline. The Bills actually have somebody helping out Sean McDermott.
And McDermott just challenged the play.
Yep, and he's going to challenge this one.
I think only one of those 2 toes came down, Eric, as he tried to tightrope the sideline. It was a hell of an effort on the 19-yard pass play. I don't know if the second toe ever came down.
Buffalo's challenging the ruling in the field of a completed catch.
Kingsley Jonathan, Eric, the one that applied the pressure in the pocket and forced him to flee.
Yeah, Kingsley Jonathan, he had an incredible get-off the line of scrimmage, and that's what he's going to have to show, is that at 6'4", 260, he's got the quickness to get around on the edge because, you know, where in college he relied on a lot of his power game, he hasn't been able to utilize that to apply pressure on the quarterback so far in his NFL career. Showed incredible quickness there, and by him coming all the way around the other side with that get off, that allowed Javon Solomon to get in there and create some pressure as well. As a nice kind of tandem pass rush there by those 2.
Let's go down the sidelines to Sal. Did you get a look at that along the sideline there, Sal?
I did. It was right at me, guys, and I was amazed. This is when you know these guys are just different, right? I mean, the ball was put in the one specific millis spot, whatever, where he could go up and get it. I mean, great coverage, great pass. Just couldn't tell if that foot got down. We're looking at it right now. Here comes the call.
I'm looking at the replay. It looked like the ball might have come loose when he hit the ground as well.
After review, the runner did not complete the process of the catch.
There you go, Eric.
It was an incomplete pass.
So the ball moved around, as Eric pointed out, when he hit the ground. So whether the toes came down or not did not matter. He did not complete the act of the catch. And so the punt unit will come out for the Bears. two punters on the roster. Torrey Taylor, the rookie from Iowa, is going to come out now. He's battling Corliss Waitman, the second-year player out of South Alabama, in a punter competition for Chicago. KJ Hamler is back to return here for Buffalo. So Hamler out there for kick return and the first one out on punt return. This one going to be kicked away from the Chicago 46 with 5:55 left in the half. Bears up 6-3.
Timer, please reset the game clock to 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Thank you.
And now we got the wave being started here in the Bills Stadium. Well, let's just hope that stops by the time the Bills get on offense. Nothing like having the loudest part of a preseason game be the wave when you're trying to communicate the snap count on offense. But you mentioned Hamler back there for this punt return here. And Sean McDermott and the staff just love the speed that he brings to this team. And the Bills, part of the reason they were able to clinch the division last year was a great play by Hardy against the Dolphins on the punt return for the touchdown. They'd love to get someone with similar speed back there returning punts, hopefully get some explosive plays off the return game this year.
Hamler standing at his own 8-yard line as he awaits the punt from Taylor. 6:10 left in the half. Bears up 6-3. Here's the snap. And it's an Aussie-style punt, end over end. Hamler going to field it at the 6. Going to try to return it. Shakes a defender. Out to the 15. Darts away and up the sideline. And gets out to the 25-yard line. Some nifty moves there from Hamler as he took it from his 6 out to the 25. A 19-yard return. 21-yard return. Oh, they're spotting him at the 21. They said he stepped out of bounds. I thought he got out to the 25. They're going to call him out of bounds at the 21.
Yeah, he wasn't shoved out until the 25. You're right. It looks like he just stepped on the line. But, man, we got to see some of that speed and quickness there from Hamler. And I also like the fearlessness of having a guy that you know is being blocked, but he's in your vicinity. You don't make the fair catch so that you can get that ball out past the 20.
Trubisky in the shotgun, going to throw it in the left flat to Davis. Gets away from one tackler, but is wrapped up quickly as the pursuit by the Bears is very good. He barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Eamon Ogbongbemiga on the tackle.
Yeah, Ray Davis looked like he was going to be able to make that first tackler miss, but the pursuit from that Bears defense inside out corralled him. Slow start in this first preseason action for Ray Davis. Maybe the most impressive thing I've seen from him so far is the third down pass pickup on the blitzing linebacker.
Alec Anderson in at center, snaps it to Trubisky, 3-step drop, complete on the left side to Tyrell Shavers, and he's right at the first down marker and appears to have it as he's out to the 31-yard line on a gain of 10.
Tyrell Shavers, just another one of those big-bodied receivers that the Bills brought in this offseason. They've added so much size to that wide receiver group. Shavers, 6'4", 211 out there on the outside. I've seen 2 shotgun snaps so far from Alec Anderson, and they've both been a little high and a little hot. They're coming back extremely fast, which seems to be throwing off a little bit of the timing.
Trubisky under center, going to hand it off to Davis. Nice hole there as he comes through the right side. There is a flag on the play after a gain of 7. Davis's best run may come back on penalty.
This came in from the side, Judge. That'd be a tough spot to get a holding call unless
illegal formation. Offense. The tight end was covered up by an eligible receiver. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
That might have been assisted by the Bears staff because that flag was not thrown on the snap, which you usually see with an illegal formation. It came in late. Now, this is preseason for the officials as well. They're getting back in the flow of things as well, but they threw that one late to almost where it'd be a holding call or something of that nature, but it is going to be the illegal formation, which then it keeps a first down here.
Pretty much all second-unit players in now for the Bills offense as Trubisky goes under center, 3 wide to the right. Back to pass, looks back to the other side. Pass breakup by Jalen Jones on a throw intended for Reggie Gilliam, who came out of the backfield incomplete.
They like Reggie Gilliam as a fullback in the passing game. There they had him split out like he's a tight end, had him run a comeback route across the middle of the field, and he's blanketed, and that's not a great matchup for him working against a corner on the outside, unable to create separation.
So 2nd and 15 now with 4:19 left in the half. Bears up 6-3. Trubisky in the shotgun, back to pass, pressure coming off the edge, gets away from it initially, carries the ball out to the left sideline, and makes something out of nothing. They had him dead to rights, but he escaped and picked up yardage on the play. Gets out to the 33-yard line. It'll set up 3rd and long because it was a 2nd and 15, but 7 yards on the scramble.
Yeah, there was pressure coming off of that left edge outside of Ryan Vandermark, who's playing left tackle here for the Bills. Last year, he served as the swing tackle, backing up both sides of the line as a backup. He filled in and got some game reps in the season for Deion Dawkins.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Trubisky under pressure, and he's sacked. First to get there was Daniel Hardy as he came off the left edge and ankle wrapped him for the sack. That was as quick as a hiccup.
Yeah, so that was an early snap by Alec Anderson. So it appeared that Alec Anderson surprised everybody and snapped the ball early to where he almost just turned around like it was a false start. Nobody, you're the center. That's not a false start. That's a live play, and you just got your quarterback hit.
Austin Booker, the rookie from Kansas, came around the right side for the Bears. He was there to clean him up if Trubisky somehow got away from Hardy.
And I say that as a former center who's done that before. That's one of the worst feelings in sports when you start to play early and you know those pass rushers are teed up on the snap, but your tackles aren't going to be moving.
Here's the punt, up and away by Sam Martin, and he shanked it off the side of his foot. He fortunately gets a fortuitous roll. It bounced at the 50 and rolls all the way to the Bears' 37-yard line. He just missed the ball, and you wonder with this wind, Eric, from between the drop to the time it hit his foot, if the wind blew it sideways and led to the mishit.
It could for sure. That, or you're so worried about the wind and how that you're going to punt the ball into the wind that it throws off your mechanics. Either way, I think one of the two likely impacted that. But look, the reality of the situation is this stadium is windy. The one across the street, not likely to be as windy the way they're designing it. This one is. And so if you're going to be a special teamer for the Bills, kicking upon the football, you got to be used to it.
Agent in the shotgun, going to hand it off to Homer. Comes right up the middle. Nice hole, but it closes quickly. And Dorian Williams on the scene there with Balin Spector to make the tackle after a gain of 4 out to the 41.
Both teams still have 3 timeouts left. If the Bears want to here, they could take this clock all the way down to the 2-minute warning. 25 seconds left on the play clock and just 20 left on the game clock.
They may just wait and not run a play, as it looks like they're going to let the clock wind down and wait for their 2nd and 6 until after the 2-minute warning, as we have reached it. Stay tuned for the ECMC halftime show. ECMC, where the Bills go. It's the 2-minute warning on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
This Buffalo Bills broadcast is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Catholic Health. Catholic Health, the right way to care.
By Losi and Ganji, workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys, working hard for hard-working Western New Yorkers.
By Great Lakes Building Systems, our business is protecting your business.
By Dunn Tire, official tire dealer of the Buffalo Bills.
And by the Barnes Firm. Car crash? For help, call 1-800-8-million.
Drive into summer with a Honda CR-V and Accord. Your fun-to-drive, weekend getaway vehicles. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So hurry in to the Honda Summer event.
For great deals, visit your local Upstate Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details based on 2024 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Great care depends on strong connections. And in this time of rapidly changing healthcare needs, United Healthcare is helping you stay connected to the people and services you depend on in many important ways. From virtual doctor visits to prescriptions delivered by mail to 24/7 one-on-one support. When you choose a United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plan, we'll help you get the care you need quickly and easily. To learn more, call United Healthcare today at 844-861-7310.
Hey, Bills fans,
What's better than the speed and reliability of Fios home internet? Getting a $200 Verizon gift card on us when you switch to a Fios 1 gig plan, which includes a 4-year price guarantee. So head to your local Verizon store for details on this exclusive in-store offer. Offer ends 8/31/24. Must maintain Fios service in good standing for 65 days and register for gift card per offer terms. One offer per eligible Verizon account. See store for details.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Welcome back to Highmark Stadium. Chris Brown, Eric Wood with you, coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. We're here at the 2-minute warning. Bears up on the Bills 6-3, and they have the football with a 2nd and 6 situation at their own 41. Largely the second unit's already in here for the Bills and Bears. Daquan Hardy has just checked into the game. The last pick in the draft for Buffalo, but he's turned some heads here thus far in training camp. A lot of people, and I'll include myself in this, thought at 5'9", 178, he'd be playing a lot of nickel or slot corner. They've lined him up outside, and he's held his own out there. We'll see where they line him up here.
Yeah, when you have the athleticism out there, you can get away with being a little bit shorter. He's also intriguing because he's a great return prospect. Was one of the top returners in all of college football at Penn State last year.
He is going to line up in the slot here, though, and play the nickel corner spot. Bajan in the shotgun. Homer to his left, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. And somebody left early. It was Kingsley Jonathan who jumped the snap and is going to get flagged for offsides.
He timed the last one perfectly, and that one he just got ahead of it. Likely out of a timeout. You run the hard count to try and get him offsides there.
So the free 5 yards will make it 2nd and short here. Be about a 2nd and 1. From the Chicago 46. Bajan back in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Handoff goes to Homer inside, and the pursuit to the football is very good by Buffalo. He did not get the first down. Austin Johnson there first, and help arrived, but the head referee says first down.
And Sean McDermott has got his hand on his challenge flag again.
I'm incredulous. It's a first down. We're moving this game along, I guess. Bajan in the shotgun, back to pass, looks out to the right side, complete to Carlson, the tight end. Forced out of bounds by Kyer Elam. And that stopped the clock with 1:30 to play. Gain of 4 on the throw and catch.
Both teams still have 3 timeouts left. These are the situations that coaches love to evaluate. They love to work on in the preseason. You have a 2-minute drill by the offense here. So defensively, what are your game plan specifics going to be? See your pass rushers, and they'd love to see it vice versa too.
Bajan back to pass, steps up in the pocket and just dirts this one. He had a receiver running underneath, DeAndre Carter. Good to see him check back into the game after getting shaken up earlier, but it goes incomplete. He just threw it in his vicinity. He had no intention of completing it.
Yeah, if the Bills are able to get a sack or tackle them short of the first down here, expect Sean McDermott to use one of his timeouts so that he can evaluate his offense in a 2-minute situation as well.
3rd and 5 with 1:25 left. Bajan back in the shotgun. Homer to his left. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap, back to pass. 3-step drop, looks right, looks left. Pressure coming. Austin Johnson wrapped him up, and he throws it away just before being sacked. And there's a flag on the play as well. I think that's going to be holding. Kingsley Jonathan was held on the play because he would have cleaned him up for the sack.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looked like a situation where they should have blown it dead, but they let him get that ball off, and then we'll call it an incompletion.
Intentional grounding. Offense. Number 17. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Loss of down. Fourth down.
Austin Johnson has flashed a couple of times here today. A new defensive tackle ad from the LA Chargers, and he almost raked that ball out.
Yeah, no one in the vicinity there as we get to see the replay. I was thinking there might be because there was a Bills defender there that almost got his hands on it for an interception, but no Bears offensive player there. And so the Bills, there's 1:18 left on the clock. The clock is stopped. They're going to get an opportunity to put some more points up on the board.
Daquan Hardy deep to return this punt, standing at his own 10. Kick is up and away, end over end. and it's away from Hardy and over the sideline. So a directional punt there by Torrey Taylor, and it's marked out of bounds at the 11-yard line, and that's where the offense will get started as Trubisky will lead the second unit again. In case you were wondering, the offensive line left to right with this second unit: Ryan Vandemark, Lyle Collins, Alec Anderson, Will Clapp, and the rookie Tylen Grable at right tackle.
Yeah, 6th-round draft pick Tylen Grable has played well, showed some nice athleticism here in camp, and so these preseason reps are very valuable for him. He's got a real shot to make that 53-man roster.
Tyrell Shavers, KJ Hamler come out to the left, Valdez Scantling out to the right. Ray Davis, the lone setback to the left of Trubisky. Back to pass, out to the right sideline, and dropped by Valdez Scantling.
That's intended for Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Incomplete.
And that's part of the reason why he's not in Kansas City anymore. Now, he was set to make $11 million this year. Is he $11 million receiver at this point of his career? Probably not, but those drops are a big reason why the Bills were able to sign him for a bargain deal this offseason.
1 year, $2.25 million. Hamler in motion, right to left, comes to the left side with Valdez Scantling. Trubisky back to pass, underneath the Hamler, complete. Oh, he had some running room, but the wheels were moving a little too fast. He lost his footing, fell down at the 20.
Chicago.
And Chicago calls timeout here with exactly 1 minute remaining as the Bills face a 3rd and 1 from their 20. This team timeout brought to you by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills.
That's right about the same spot in the field that DeJuan Smoot tripped up and slipped earlier and lost contain on Caleb Williams a couple times in this game. Bills players have lost footing. Now, they've been at St. John Fisher. They did have the blue and red scrimmage in this stadium. I don't know. Maybe they're getting used to getting their footing back here on this field.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Quentin Morris, the tight end, off the left side of the formation. Trubisky in the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Davis, going to carry it himself for a first down as he gets inside of the defensive back, has the first down, but the clock will run. 50 seconds as the Bills are in the hurry-up. They're back on the ball. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Trubisky in the shotgun, 3-step drop. Looking over the middle, tipped, and is it caught? No, it's incomplete. Quentin Morris could not come up with it. Tipping the pass was Eamon Agbangbamiga.
Great job there, Chris, on that call.
Got to slow down on that one.
Absolutely. The ball was tipped across the middle. It looks like Quentin Morris is going to be able to get that one. Mr. Trubisky just unable to have that shot just over the linebacker's head there. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
38 seconds to go. Ball on the Bills' 22. Trubisky back to pass in the shotgun. Dumps it down underneath to Ray Davis. Shakes a tackler. Pulling another one and drags a third for first down yardage out to the 34-yard line. It's a first down, and the Bills have called timeout here to stop the clock with 31 seconds left. This team timeout brought to you by Kaleida Health. Health lives here.
And that's exactly what you want to see from Ray Davis. He was able, there was no blitzing linebacker there, so he gets out of his pass protection responsibility. He becomes a check down right over the middle of the field. Well, that 5-yard check down turns into almost a 15-yard gain. What was that? 35, so it becomes a 13-yard gain there on just a 5-yard check down where he makes it one defender miss, breaks another tackle, and that's exactly what you want to see from him.
He's so compact and built low to the ground. He's tough to get a clean shot on. You just kind of bounce off of him. He's shaped like a pinball. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Davis to the left to Trubisky in the shotgun here. Play clock down to 6. Back to pass, looking to his left. Fires over the middle, in and out of the hands of Tyrell Shavers at midfield. The ball was a little behind him, and it was fluttering through the air as Trubisky did not get a good spin on that ball, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, Trubisky had to reset his feet in the pocket, which might have led to the throw just being a touch behind him. It looked like the Bills were going to get the ball right around midfield with 25 seconds left. They got 2 timeouts left here.
2nd and 10 from their own 35. 25 ticks left on the clock. 10 on the play clock here. Trubisky in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Trubisky on a 5-step drop. Out to the right side, looking for Ray Davis. It's wide of the mark, incomplete. And Trubisky is upset with himself that he missed Davis completely.
Yeah, you said he's hard to get a shot on for the defenders. He's also tough out there in a route at times at 5'9". He doesn't have a huge catch radius out there, and I don't know if it's the wind that's affected maybe a couple of these throws. The Bills are right now going into the wind, and it's kind of going across the field as well on the direction that Trubisky sailed that ball out to the wide side of the field.
21 seconds left, 3rd and 10. Andy Isabella checks in. He's on the right side. Trubisky in the shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and can't get away from the pressure. He is wrapped up for a sack, and taking him down was Zach Pickens, the defensive tackle out of South Carolina. And that is probably going to run out the clock as the Bills, facing a 4th and 10, have no need to stop it and try again. And that will take us to the half. Bills unable to cash in with the final possession of the half. They will get the first possession of the second half. It's 6-3 Chicago here at the break. Stay tuned for the Skyworks stats of the game, presented by Skyworks Equipment Rental. Building America from the ground up. Visit SkyworksLLC.com. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
This Buffalo Bills broadcast is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Hiller Comerford Injury and Disability Law. Fighting to get our veterans the disability benefits they deserve. It's Hiller time.
By Skyworks Equipment Rental. Building America from the ground up.
By Upstate Honda Dealers. For great deals on the entire Honda lineup, visit your Upstate Honda dealer today.
And by Miller Lite. Tastes like Miller time, Bills fans.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next. The next place to fill with love and laughter, with more mortgage options for first-time buyers. The next backyard patio party host, thanks to lines of credit with competitive rates. Even the next thing to check off your to-do list, with home equity loans that let you refinance high-interest debt. Our home lending solutions can help make your dream home a reality. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Visit northwest.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Paid actors represent actual clients.
My attorneys at the Barnes firm settled my job accident case for 65 times more than insurance said they'd pay. Glad I called.
After a car rear-ended me, my attorneys at the Barnes firm got me $800,000.
Hi, I'm Rich Barnes. Is your case worth more than the insurance company says? Call the Barnes firm now. You might be surprised.
I called. My case was worth $600,000.
What's your case worth? Call our Buffalo office now and find out.
Past results don't predict future outcomes. 451 Grinder, 500 Pearl.
Dear football fans, Toyota's roster of all-star vehicles are ready for kickoff. Drive the field in style with a Camry or Corolla. Upgrade your ground game with the versatile RAV4. Or there's Grand Highlander and Tundra, our full-size Defenders. And here's an extra point. All these vehicles come with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Visit Toyota.com or head to your local Toyota dealership. Toyota, let's go places.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
6-3, the Bears leading the Bills in the first preseason game. Welcome to the ECMC halftime show, ECMC Go, where the Bills go. I'm Derek Kramer here from the Amherst Studios. Again, the Bears up 6-3 on Buffalo in the first preseason action for the Bills in the 2024 season. We go now down to Highmark Stadium and on the sidelines. Sal Capaccio joining us now here on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network. Sal, injuries, of course. Ed Oliver gets shaken up on his first play and essentially told you're not coming back in there.
Yeah, hopefully everything is okay with that, Oliver. It appears that is the case because he was cleared to go back in, but the Bills decided to take more precaution and just you're not going back in there. So we'll keep you updated on Ed Oliver as things go forward.
Any other injury news that we need to be informed about here?
No, nothing on the Bills side. That's thankful, obviously, and good.
Perfect and good to see there. Sal, one of the big things heading into this one was the kickoff strategies. So far, the Bills have not covered a kick. They've just let Tyler Bass launch them out of the end zone. KJ Hamler fumbled a kickoff, though, early on. And how's it looking, though, special teams-wise for the Bills?
I don't know if the Bills had Tyler Bass do that. I think maybe the first one he overkicked into the wind. Maybe the wind got it. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe the second one he overcompensated. I believe that the Bills, wanted to get a look at their kickoff team, and that hasn't happened. And, we'll find out afterwards today from Sean McDermott. But so far through two kickoffs, I'm not so sure that was by design. I think maybe they were not supposed to go into the end zone. We'll see.
Sal, KJ Hamler, he had that fumbled kickoff, but then a nice rebound from him on his only punt return of the afternoon, though. Looking back, how did he look when it came to returning the ball?
Yeah, he had the drop, which is not a good mark for him trying to kind of win that job. But as you said, he made up for it on his punt return. I also thought he had a nice play a little bit later, catching the ball. So, and he had a little bit of room to run, but he wound up slipping on the turf. So it is interesting to me that he took most of the duties as the return man, and then Daquan Hardy late had his chance, but didn't actually get a chance to return it on the punt.
Khalil Shakir looking just as fresh as we remembered him in the second half of this season. What were your thoughts on him and the receivers as a whole here, Sal?
Yeah, Brandon Bean called him consistent and reliable. We met for a production meeting yesterday, and that's what he's been so far. He's consistent. He's reliable. Josh Allen finding him. Mitch Trubisky finding him. Khalil Shakir, I think, is just going to be that steady wide receiver all year for this team.
All right, Sal, thanks. Appreciate the time here, and we'll hear from you plenty on here.
All right, you got it.
Sal Capaccio from Highmark Stadium there, as, again, the Bears up 6-3 on the Bills after 2 quarters here in the first preseason game of the 2022 preseason, not regular season. It's preseason for us here, too, in the Buffalo Bills radio network. We'll come back. We'll give you the Skyworks stats of the game and highlights from this game as well. This is the ECMC Halftime Show. Go where the Bills go. I'm Derek Kramer. You're listening to the Buffalo Bills radio network.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness. But money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
This is the Buffalo Bills radio network.
Welcome back to the ECMC Halftime Show. ECMC, go where the Bills go. Derek Kramer here with you in the Amherst studios. It's 6-3, Bears over the Bills in preseason game number 1 at the half. Here, how did we get here? Well, let's give you the Skyworks stats of the game. It's Skyworks Equipment Rental, building America from the ground up. Josh Allen only throws 3 passes in this one, 2 for 3, 22 yards, and he did have 1 carry for 7 yards in this one. Khalil Shakir leading the team so far in receptions, 3 catches, 28 yards for Shakir there. Meanwhile, Buffalo defensively, Dorian Williams leading the way with 6 tackles in that first half, including a sack and tackle for loss on Tyson Bagent. As it comes to highlights, well, we didn't have too much here, but the first little pop from the crowd for Keon Coleman getting a catch in the preseason.
8 on the play clock. Trubisky in the shotgun. Back to pass. Fires out to the right side. Complete to Coleman for a first down as he turns, gets past the sticks, and steps out of bounds at the 19-yard line. First down, Buffalo on Coleman's first reception as a Buffalo Bill.
First reception is a Buffalo Bill for Coleman, 8 yards, and we'll see if he can add to that stat line going in. But for now, 6-3 at the half, and we'll hear more from Chris Brown, Eric Wood, and Sal Capaccio as we get things going here in the second half. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Bills fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the SiriusXM app. Just search Buffalo Bills on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Bills content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the SiriusXM app. Download it and search Buffalo Bills today.
Sit back, let go, and slip into a channel of commercial-free, deep house, and down-tempo grooves. SiriusXM. Chill. Modern mood music for focus, relaxation, and inspiration. SiriusXM. Chill on Channel 55 and on the SiriusXM app.
The 2024 Training Camp Tour rolls on.
Focus on the football, fellas. Focus, focus.
And SiriusXM NFL Radio brings you down to the field for an all-access pass to your favorite team.
You do your best to put yourself in position to get the result you want.
From the preseason right through Super Bowl 59, hear every game on SiriusXM.
Touchdown!
Hear every stop of the 2024 Training Camp Tour on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Get a little home cooking right on your phone. Your hometown announcers are always on the SiriusXM app. SiriusXM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Stadium as we get set for second half action, which means time for halftime adjustments. Brought to you by Freed Maxick CPAs, a top 100 accounting and consulting firm in the nation.
Yeah, we just had an opportunity to talk to General Manager Brandon Beane. He stopped in the booth, and I asked him what his halftime adjustments would be, and he said, it's clean up the small stuff. It's drop passes, some misfires on throws, but really it's the pre-snap penalties. And we talked about on the pregame expectations for Joe Brady here today. What's he want to see? And just a crisp operation. We just haven't seen that here today. We've seen pre-snap penalties on both sides of the football. We saw a decent gain on a Ray Davis run that gets called back because of an illegal formation. And you love to clean that stuff up in the preseason. You would have just liked that already to be cleaned up by the time you got to this point.
Yeah, it's really more about the functionality of the offense more than the production that it has when you get to the first preseason game. So hopefully that improves here come the second half. Bills will receive the second half kickoff. And we'll see if things can change there, because the opportunities, I would say, have not been maximized in that area of the game either. They fielded the first one at the 10. They only get it out to the 20-something yard line, and then Hamler has trouble with the second one and muffs it. Fortunately, jumps on it at the 17. So they'll be looking for better from that area of the game as well.
Yeah, and then, this second half, and we'll see if many of the backups are going to be in there or if we're going to see some third-string guys playing, but right now it's about evaluation. Well, what do you need to be able to evaluate? You need to have a crisp operation so that you can see your guys out there. You don't want to see pre-snap penalties that are calling plays dead. A lot of times you'll see some man-to-man defense, some vanilla coverages on the back end of the defense in the second half so that you could evaluate, defensively your guys, and then offensively so that you can see your guys run routes and see, can this guy beat man-to-man coverage in the NFL? And so this is going to be an interesting half for us, as we sit up here in the booth evaluating some of these young guys that are fighting for a chance to make this team. And then hopefully we'll get maybe a couple guys in this second half to hop on the broadcast with us with Sal and get some of their perspectives from the first half.
I do notice that mostly on the kickoff and the kickoff coverage units, Eric, it's largely linebackers, tight ends, and DBs, which is kind of par for the course on special teams units historically, so we haven't seen tremendous personnel changes.
No, you're right. And maybe a little bit more size, like a little more defensive ends up there in the middle, especially here.
As the ball is fielded by Darrington Evans here on this kick return and gets out to the 25, runs into traffic, spills out to the 27. There is a flag on the play. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Buffalo Bills is prohibited.
We got a flag down.
During the return, holding receiving team number 59. It's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Buffalo.
Kingsley Jonathan, one of those defensive ends that I mentioned right there in the middle, and it's going to be interesting to see this year. We mentioned earlier, it's almost like a run play the way that play's set up, that kickoff set up now, and a lot of these guys aren't used to being able to sustain a block for that long, and there you get Kingsley Jonathan on the hold.
So this is going to get walked back to the 12-yard line. So not a great drive start for the offense as Mitch Trubisky comes out with what is largely the second unit again. Ray Davis, the lone setback. One receiver to the left, one to the right, and now there's movement up on the line, and I think the defense jumped here first. Alec Anderson was indicating as much.
Encroachment, defense, number 78. It's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Yeah, that was Michael Dwumfor. Tried to get a jump on the snap there, so the Bills are going to pick up 5 yards. It's kind of just sloppy football both ways here as this game's gone on with a lot of pre-snap penalties.
So a 1st and 5 here after the encroachment by the Bears defense. Trubisky under center, going to hand it off to Davis, coming around the right side and bottled up again. Tried to run behind the tight end, Zach Davidson, and while Davidson did fall forward, he couldn't get that defensive player out of the way. He made the tackle.
Zach Davidson's a guy that's got a lot of people excited. He's had a great training camp, and he's made a lot of plays out there in the receiving game. And, when it comes down to numbers, right now they got 2 tight ends locked in. Quentin Morris has historically been that 3rd tight end, and then you have Reggie Gilliam, the fullback. Essentially, Zach Davidson would have to beat out Reggie Gilliam or Quentin Morris.
1-yard gain on the play, and the handoff goes to Davis, and there is nothing doing again. The pursuit is impressive. Micah Baskerville on that tackle as the Bears' second unit is quick to the football.
Yeah, right now it just seems like the Bills aren't getting a lot of movement up front, and then they're not getting to the second level of the defense well, where those linebackers are stepping up and making the plays right at the line of scrimmage.
Shavers out to the right, 3 receivers to the left. Davis to the right of Trubisky in the shotgun on 3rd and 5 as we're just underway here in the second half. Davis steps up to the line in protection. Trubisky back to pass. Flag flies on the play. Trubisky rolling out to his right. Throws to the sideline to Davis, who tiptoes and makes the catch along the sideline at the 33-yard line is where they're going to mark him. It's a first down, provided the flag is not against Buffalo.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 22 was not lined up in the backfield. It's a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So Eric, he stepped up to just behind the line in a leak-out motion, but too close to the line of scrimmage.
I was going to say, this one might be a little easier with a teleprompter here, but essentially the Bears had 6 guys right up the line of scrimmage, including both their linebackers, Ray Davis, and many, oftentimes they'll use a running back to go right behind the center and the guard. They're saying his helmet broke the center's hip, which makes him essentially a 6th offensive lineman in there where you cannot be if you're Ray Davis.
3rd and 10, Trubisky in the shotgun, back to pass, going to throw it in the right flat to Davis at the 20, fights off a tackler, but the rest of the crew for the Bears shows up and knocks him out of bounds. He is short of the first down marker by about 4 yards, and the punt unit will come on for Buffalo.
And I'm not sure if that's going to be a point of emphasis for this season with officials because of how many teams are doing that with their running back where they step him right up in that center guard bubble, but I've never seen that called. I have never seen that called on a running back for breaking the plane. So either that was, a bad mistake by Ray Davis getting too far to the line of scrimmage, or they're emphasizing it because, to me, it didn't seem egregious before the play.
Josh Blackwell back to return for the Bears at his own 25, but flags fly again before this punt gets off.
False start. Offense. Number 87. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Andy Isabella left too early as a gunner on the right side. And that'll back the Bills up another 5 yards as a slightly sloppy game has gotten more sloppy.
What is that, 4 penalties here in just the start of this second half?
Yeah, for both teams, yes.
Yeah, 2 apiece or 3-1. I guess we're beating them right now.
Yeah, Buffalo has 8 penalties in the game already. So it has not been a clean game, to say the least. So the line of scrimmage now at Buffalo's 19-yard line. Sam Martin back to punt. Blackwell back to return for the Bears, standing at his own 27. Wind is still at Sam Martin's back. We'll see if he decides to give this a ride. High driven ball, sending Blackwell back to the 22. Comes up the right side and has a lot of running room as Martin outkicked his coverage, and he gets all the way out to the 43-yard line. Forced out of bounds there by Shane Simon, the linebacker. Buffalo Bills football is brought to you in part by Toyota, the official car and truck of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. Bears up 6-3 with 12:14 left in the third, and they have the football. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898 or biglou.com.
Tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. We may be able to significantly reduce and even eliminate what you owe to the IRS. Taxpayers should know. Huge savings are now being made available through the Fresh Start program that can drastically reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. Even if you haven't filed your taxes in years or are facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, or under audit, we can help. We've earned over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today. To see what savings you may qualify for, visit us online at TRA.com or call us at 800-511-0379. 800-511-0379. Again, that's 800-511-0379. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
A Richmond Bona sideline report. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Bona. How cool is this, guys? Number 44 in white for the Buffalo Bills, Joe Andreessen from Lancaster High School, making his professional debut in the middle of the Bills defense and calling the plays.
Also finished his college career at UB, so a homegrown talent to say the least. Bagent rolls out on a play-action fake and hits Carlson, the tight end, down the right side. And it looks like he's got the first down. He's right at the marker for a pickup of 10. Deion Jones forced him out of bounds, the veteran linebacker playing alongside Andreessen.
The Bears have 168 yards of offense right now, and I'd say about 80 of them have come off of play-action boots where the defensive end hasn't got the contain and someone leaks out across the formation.
Bagent goes under center now, bunch formation on the left. And now coming in motion, Tyler Scott, who fumbles the handoff. The ball is loose. Who's got it? Scott got it back somehow. How did Corey Couch not end up with it? The nickel corner came up quickly and somehow did not get the football.
The sloppiness continues in this one. They try and run a jet sweep there, and Tyler Scott unable to grab that handoff, and the ball's just flailing on the ground. I thought the Bills were going to come up with them that one, but Tyler Scott did a nice job of corralling that.
Loss of 3 on the play sets up a 2nd and 13 from the Chicago 48. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bajan in the backfield. Velus Jones next to him. He's going to take the handoff, come over the right side. Decent opening there as he gets down to the Bills 45 into Buffalo territory. It's a pickup of 7.
Everybody around the league's looking for that Deebo Samuel type player, a wide receiver that can then hop into the backfield, and that's what they tried right there with Jones Jr., a wide receiver, put him in the backfield, hand the ball off to him. The Bills think they have a little bit of that this year with Curtis Samuel, and where they'll use him in the run game and then obviously split out as a wide receiver as well.
3rd and 7 here for the Bears with 10:23 left in the third, up 6-3. Bajan in the shotgun, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Travis Homer through a hole on the left side. First down and more. Finally stopped down at the 34-yard line is where they're going to mark him. Kyron Brown there to slow him down.
Yeah, Bills in pass rush mode on 3rd and 7 there. They get caught off guard with the run play, which goes for a first down. At the end of that one, Kareem Jackson getting a shot in there. Kareem Jackson's going to be interesting. 36 years old, played last year for the Broncos. And we'll see how he fares here with the injuries that the Bills have at safety right now.
Bajan takes the snap, hands off to Velus Jones, who trips. They might have locked feet there on the handoff. He's able to get to his feet and scramble forward for a couple of yards. Tackle made by Kingsley Jonathan and Deion Jones.
And that's the drawback of putting a wide receiver at tailback. He trips over, I guess, the feet of Bajan there on the handoff. And then he just kind of lays on the ground expecting someone to be there. Then no one's there, gets up, and then gets back down on the ground.
Bajan in the shotgun here on 2nd and 9. Jones to his left, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap, looks over the middle, has Tommy Sweeney down the seam for a first down. Tackled at the 6-yard line by Kendall Williamson, as the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal situation after the reception by Sweeney over the middle. He snuck away from Williamson and was wide open.
Yeah, Williamson bit hard. They ran hard play action with even a pulling guard, so it truly looked like run from the back end of that defense. Didn't follow his keys well and allowed Sweeney to get past him.
Quick snap, pitch to the right to Velus Jones, has blockers in front, but good penetration on the edge there by Kendall Williamson as he turned the play back inside for a short gain of just 1. Let's go down the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, guys, I talked about Joe Andreessen, and so did you, but be remiss if we didn't mention 2 local products in this game right now. On the Bears side of the ball, Stephen Carlson, a tight end from Jamestown High School in Jamestown and Lancaster. They played against each other, so that's pretty cool here today.
Coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth, Northwest Bank for what's next. Bajan under center here on 2nd and goal from the 4. Pitch play to the left as they're going to try to get Jones to the corner of the end zone, and he will, as he outflanks the defense for a 4-yard touchdown run. As the Bears score the first touchdown of the football game, and Velus Jones, a wide receiver by trade, looks like he's going to get lined up in the backfield from time to time for the Bears this season.
Yeah, the Bears have run a bunch of these toss cracks in this game. They've been able to secure the edge on this Bills defense. A lot of times that's, you're not game planning for specific plays or specific looks, but you'd like to see that Bills pursuit from the inside out, be able to get out there and track him down, but he's able to walk in for the touchdown at the end of that one.
Cairo Santos on for the extra point attempt. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. 7:46 left here in the third quarter, and the Bears lead is up to 10. They lead at 13-3. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Bills fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Buffalo Bills on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Bills content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the Sirius XM app. Download it and search Buffalo Bills today.
After 10 years, Billy Joel's residency at Madison Square Garden has come to an end. Feel the energy and emotion of the final concert. And hear every magic moment. Playing throughout the week, exclusively on the Billy Joel channel. The final residency concert. SiriusXM, Channel 79, and on the SiriusXM app.
The biggest names in NASCAR talk are now with SiriusXM.
Hey, this is Denny Hamlin, host of Actions Detrimental, driver of the number 11 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, and co-owner of 2311 Racing. Join me and my co-host Jared Allen every Monday for a recap of each NASCAR race from the driver's seat. We'll break down how my race went and hopefully ending in victory lane.
Hear Actions Detrimental plus every incredible podcast from Dirty Mo Media right now on the SiriusXM app.
Don't miss a new episode this week of Forward Progress, a conversation on race and sports in America with Jason Jackson and Kirk Morrison.
Here's Amin Elhassan sitting in for Kirk Morrison. Ricky Alderette pled guilty to stealing a Jackie Robinson statue.
Is doing this worth the risk? Which is, can you repeat it for the audience?
15 years in prison.
Was it worth it?
Check out Forward Progress. New episodes each Wednesday on the SiriusXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
This is Tom Byrne. Right after this game, switch over to Mad Dog Sports Radio and talk about it on Point After. Taking your phone calls until 11 p.m. Eastern Time on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
The Commanders and Jets are tied at 17 apiece, and the only other NFL preseason game going on right now, in just a little while after this one, a little later, I should say, the Raiders will take on the Vikings as part of a bigger schedule later tonight. That's your NFL scoreboard delivered to you by the UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
All right, thanks very much, Sal. We're coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Santos kicks it away. Isabella fields at the 12, out to the 25, cuts it back at the 30, looking for a crack, and can't get through as he got through the initial couple of tacklers and was brought down at the 33-yard line. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Back at Highmark Stadium, Chris Brown, Eric Wood with you, and Shane Buechele has checked into the game at quarterback for Buffalo. He is the third-year player out of SMU. Got here last year, spent most of the year on the practice squad, back again. He's under center, going to fake the handoff to Darrington Evans. Pressure coming, he spins away from Baskerville, rolls out to the left, and now is just going to tuck it and run. Gets up to the 35-yard line for a pickup of 2 on the scramble.
He's also the son of Steve Buechele, the longtime Texas Rangers player that also was the roommate at Stanford of John Elway. So some nice sports ties there.
John Elway, also a very good pitcher. Got drafted by the Yankees. Buechele in the shotgun here with Evans to his right. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass, quick hitter to Isabella in the right slot. Darts up the field and is carrying a tackler out to midfield. It's a first down for Isabella. Molto bene.
Andy Isabella was the camp darling a year ago. Everyone rooting for him to make the team. An undersized receiver on the outside. Got some action for the Bills last year. Has been a little quiet so far this year in training camp, but he had a nice return to start this drive, and then a really nice play there on the bubble screen.
15 yards on that catch and run. Buechele in the shotgun, going to hand it off to Evans, working behind a blocker. Very patient and effective run by Evans there as he's into Chicago territory to the Chicago 43. 7 yards on the carry as we come up on 6 minutes left in this third quarter. Bears up 13-3.
Darrington Evans is a guy that spent some time with the Bills in the preseason before, and he's a guy that's got a little wiggle to him, and he's got some serious speed.
Was the team's leading rusher in the preseason last season. Buechele under center here. Fakes the handoff, going to roll out to his right, and out in the right flat. It's complete. And Lawrence Keys goes tumbling out of bounds after another first down as the third-string offense is on the move here for Buffalo.
And there the Bills run the play-action bootleg that the Bears have crushed the Bills with here today. There they run it, and they're able to get Keys in the flat, and they get a nice gain.
Reddy Stewart on the tackle for Chicago. but not before a 1st and 10 at the Bears 31. Buechele going to go under center here. Evans the lone setback. 2 receivers to the right, or to the left, excuse me, and a 2 tight end set. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff, has time, now Tuxen is going to run right up the middle. Flag flies in the defensive backfield as Buechele scrambles for a 6-yard gain down to the 24-yard line.
Flag down in the defensive secondary. Generally, that's going to be illegal contact that we saw earlier in the game go against the
illegal
Bills.
Contact. Defense, number 37. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Guilty party is Leon Jones, the Bears corner. So this will make it 1st and 10 at the Bears 26. Another 2 tight end set here, and now we have timeout by the officials. They're going to reconvene and discuss something else.
Bills offensive line in the game right now. We have Garage at right tackle. We got Jarvis at right guard. Van Pran Granger there in the middle at center. And we have
Gunnar Britton.
Gunnar Britton at left guard, and then left tackle is Tyler Grable. So he got some actions with the 2s. They're going to leave him in there now. They want to get some extensive work with Tyler Grable, their 6th-round rookie out of Central Florida.
Yeah, he was at right tackle in the first half, now at left tackle. 1st and 10 at the 20 after they mark it off. Handoff going to go to Evans inside and working over the left side of the formation. He gets down to about the 15-yard line for a pickup of 5 on the play as the Bills are in the Relax red zone. Relax, we got this.
And look, I understand this is a lot of the third stringers for the Bears as well, but this offensive line starting to get some push on the Chicago defense. One of the things that the Bills weren't able to do in the first half, for the most part, especially with the starters, was sustain a drive, which often allows that offensive line to wear on the defensive line. It's part of the reason that the Bills were able to get nothing going on the ground in the first half.
Buechele in the shotgun, Evans to his left, back to pass, looking right, now back to the left, going to scramble out to the left side, pump fakes, and then is dragged to the ground. The crowd wants a face mask called, but I don't know if the face mask was grabbed. They might have got the cuff of his helmet when they took him down.
Definitely got him around the head, but they're not going to call that one. Here, we're getting to see a replay of it here in the stadium. Yeah, it looks like he got him by the back of his helmet. So we got a 3rd and 5 coming up. Wouldn't surprise me here. You're in true evaluation mode to see them this be 4-down territory as long as the Bills don't go backwards on this play.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Buechele in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks right, now middle, has to flee the pocket. There's a flag in the offensive backfield, slings it out to Hamler on the left side. It's incomplete as the pass was behind him, and this one's probably going against Buffalo.
It's going to be a hold on Buffalo, and now the Bears, Matt Eberflus got a decision to make. You want to make it a 4th and 5 or a 3rd and 15?
Holding. Offense, number 61. It's a 10-yard penalty replay. 3rd down.
Gunnar Britton on the hold. We're getting to see a replay here in the booth, and he just got his left arm outside, and it probably wouldn't have been called a hold except for the fact that Shane Buechele had rolled out to the left side of the formation, and at that point, it's going to get called every time when you have, the side or the back of the shoulder pad when you have a grip on it.
2 receivers to the right, Shavers to the left, the tight end McKitty on the right side as well. Buechele in the shotgun here. Takes the snap on 3rd and 10. Pocket collapsing, and he's got nowhere to go as he is sacked. Daniel Hardy with the sack on the play. And it is a loss of 5 on the sack as the field goal unit comes on for Buffalo.
Yeah, Bears bring blitz, and actually Darrington Evans had a great pass block on that play, but the pocket collapses, and Shane Buechele, to me, just isn't processing the game from the pocket very fast. And look, we talk about evaluation. Tyler Bass had his struggles last year, and some here through fall camp. They want to see him out there as well.
This field goal attempt brought to you by Univera Healthcare right here for Western New York teams on and off the field. Snap by Ferguson, hold by Martin, kick by Bass on a 49-yard attempt is up and good. Plenty of distance from Tyler Bass.
Downwind, I think that would have been good from 70 there.
2:54 left, and your score, Chicago 13, Buffalo 6. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season.
Each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio.
Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app.
All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
This is John Paul Morosi. Coming up on the next episode of The Road to Cooperstown, I sit down with Hall of Famer Alan Trammell.
I felt like a little kid. And when you go into the Hall of Fame, there's nothing wrong with that. The respect that I have for my peers is something that I don't want to change.
The Road to Cooperstown airs Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM 89, and the all-new SiriusXM app. New episodes drop every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everybody, it's Conan O'Brien, and guess what? I've got my own channel, Conan O'Brien Radio.
Cheers, Insiders. Thanks for hanging out with us today for this Blue Jays matchup. Have you joined as a member yet? Thank you to all of our members, 142 of you so far. Please join today. The link is in the description, and join this awesome community and help us continue to grow. I made it 99 cents a month for a reason, so that everybody can get access to these awesome emojis to keep this chat fired up and cheer our Toronto sports team on, whether it's the Blue Jays right now, the Argos, the Leafs coming up, the Raptors. We'll see you guys back in the chat. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you guys with those awesome emojis. Go Blue Jays, go.
Check out Forward Progress. New episodes each Wednesday on the SiriusXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
With the SiriusXM app, you can hear your hometown announcers all season long. Just search for your team on the SiriusXM app and tap the star to save it as your favorite.
Tyler Bass drills another field goal. It's a Toyota drive time of 9 plays, 36 yards, 4 minutes and 52 seconds. It's brought to you by Toyota, the official car and truck of the Buffalo Bills. Down here at Highmark Stadium. Still a very windy game, guys. We'll see if that affects this kickoff. It has a couple times today.
Bass pooches it up in the air, and Velus Jones muffs the ball at the 8-yard line, corrals it at the 7, going to try to work his way up the left sideline, but is drilled out of bounds on a monster shot by Kendall Williamson.
Deion Jones in on that tackle as well. Deion Jones has been in the league a long time.
Yep.
I actually played against him when he was in Atlanta in 2017. Came into the league as a second rounder back in the day, I believe. Yeah, second rounder back in the day. He's playing cleanup duty here now on this Bills team, trying to make the team.
Brett Rippon, the third quarterback, in for the Bears here now with 2:48 left in the third. Going to hand it off, and coming over the left side and getting absolutely nothing. As speak of the devil, Deion Jones was there first, and he absolutely buried the running back.
Yeah,
that was Demetric Felton.
A guy with as much experience as he has, he reads that play too quick for the offensive line to disengage, and looks like Kingsley Jonathan is now down in the field. He tried to get up and was holding it, I believe, his knee, and then unable to walk that one off.
We'll take a break during this injury. 2:27 left, 13-6 Bears. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
This Buffalo Bills broadcast is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Snapdragon Apples, the official apple of the Buffalo Bills.
By Houghton University. Discover surprisingly affordable Christ-centered university right here in New York.
By Verizon, the official 5G network of the Buffalo Bills.
By Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
And by Haynes Supply. From our Buffalo roots to nationwide sales and service, we are your industrial contractor supplier.
After an accident, life can be scary, stressful, tricky. You need Richmond Vona to help navigate the process. The team at Richmond Vona provides high levels of support so you get the settlement you need and the new beginning you deserve. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Vona.
Call 716-600-HURT. That's 716-600-4878. Or go to richmondvona.com. 192 Seneca Street, Buffalo, New York. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Hi, I'm Lou Nucciarino. Life's roller coaster got you worried? At Equitable Advisors, we're here to help you navigate the uncertainty. We'll take you through our 5-step process to identify your goals and guide you toward financial independence. Call us today at 716-626-2507. Let us help you simplify your world so you can enjoy the ride.
Securities offered through Equitable Advisors, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance and annuity products offered through Equitable Network, LLC. Equitable Advisors. Thinking about today and planning for tomorrow. Business owners, you have a lot on your mind. Leave your building security to the experts. Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892 Lake for a comprehensive fire and security assessment.
I'm John Woyden, president of Great Lakes Building Systems, where our business is protecting your business. We install and service complex fire, security, and video monitoring systems. If it keeps you safe, it's Great Lakes.
Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892 Lake or go to glbs-inc.com.
We keep an eye on your business so you don't have to. Protecting your business is our business.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Good news on Kingsley Jonathan, guys. He worked out with trainers down here. He was bouncing up and down. They looked at his lower right leg, but now he's got his helmet on the sidelines near the coaches.
Injury reports are brought to you by the Barnes Firm. Car crash for help, call 1-800-8-million. Maybe just a leg whip, Eric, which obviously is ridiculously painful at the beginning, but kind of subsides after a little bit.
Yeah, that would be ideal case, and that he'll be able to get back in this game.
We've got Rippon in the shotgun here. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left in an empty set look on 2nd and 12. Back to pass, pressure coming from Cameron Klein. Flag on the play as Rippon flees the pocket, but only gets out to the 19-yard line for a gain of 2, but it's probably coming back on holding here.
That'd be the 16th penalty in the game, and we still have 17 minutes of game left in this one.
Woof.
Yeah, there's been a lot of flags down on the field, and not many of them even that controversial. You know, they've earned many of them.
Joe Andreessen on the tackle there as he got Rippon to the ground after the 2-yard gain, but it's probably going to be wiped out by penalty.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the offense. Illegal use of hands, offense number 63, that penalty declined. Holding, offense number 75, that penalty is accepted half the distance, 2nd down.
Larry Borum, the backup offensive tackle, charged with holding.
So it's going to bring up, 2nd and 21?
Yeah.
Here for this Bears offense. And, you know, these are, look, like especially these 2 pass rushers right here, these guys are competing to make this team. And there are spots out there. You got Cameron Klein on one side, and
Javon Solomon.
Yeah, you got Javon Solomon on the other, and it's a race to the quarterback to see who can get those hits on the quarterback, try and get a sack, and prove that you should be maybe that 5th pass rusher that the Bills keep.
Rippon on 2nd and 21, throws it incomplete to the left sideline. Going to bring up 3rd and 21 here with 1:52 left in quarter number 3. Bears up 13-6, but on their own 8-yard line as that all too familiar train horn is wailing. Got a late substitution here as the Bears only had 10 players on the field. And now the Bears just called timeout
Chicago.
and said forget it.
This is a 30-second timeout.
This team timeout is brought to you by Kaleida Health. Oshai Children's Hospital helps get kids back to being kids. Let's go down the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, guys, I keep thinking about the preseason game in Chicago when the Bills were down to the Bears. A.J. McCarron with the comeback. Remember that one? I think it was A.J. McCarron's last preseason game in a Bills uniform, but it was a big-time comeback, and now here we are again, the Bills looking to come back in the 4th quarter of this preseason game against the Chicago Bears.
It's funny you mentioned that, Sal. We were just talking about that game in the office the other day, and McCarron, you're right, it was his last game. He was traded 2 days later.
Yes.
His performance got the Bills a 5th-round draft choice.
I love it.
Brent Rippon on a 3rd and 21 in the shotgun. Bunch formation of 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Rippon off a 3-step drop from his own goal line. Fires out to the right side, complete to Simba Webster. Trying to spin away from a tackler, but Andreessen wrapped him up and dropped him at the 18-yard line. Gain of 10 on the play, but it's going to be not nearly enough as the punt team comes out for Chicago.
I saw the other day someone asked Andreessen what it means to be able to come back and play a game in a Bills uniform, being from here. And he said, look, I haven't had much time to process that. Training camp's so busy. He said, I have had a lot of ticket requests, though, so he's trying to sort through that. A lot of family and friends out here today supporting him.
The other punter, Corliss Waitman, now back to punt it away for the Bears. Lefty punter sends it a high hanger, and it's going to bounce at the 43-yard line, and they are shouting poison down there. Get away from the ball as Tyler Scott downs it for the Bears at the Buffalo 43-yard line. Coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth, Northwest Bank, for What's Next. Chris Brown, Eric Wood with you as we have 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bills down 13-6, and the third unit offense back in for the Bills. In case anybody was wondering, passing on the day, Mitch Trubisky 10 of 18 for 82 yards during his time in the game. Allen just 3 pass attempts today, 2 for 3 for 22 yards before an early exit. Frank Gore Jr. into the game to the right of Buechele in the backfield as Buechele's in the shotgun here with 2 receivers to his left. Takes the snap, looks left, throws to Gore Jr. out of the backfield to the 45-50 and tackled out of bounds there by Reddy Stewart. A gain of 7 on the play as a nice round of applause goes up. Bills fans remember his dad in a Bills uniform back in 2019.
Yeah, you know, guy played a long time in Frank Gore when his son, 5 years later, for him being removed from the team, is now playing for that same team. Awesome for him to get an opportunity with this Bills franchise. I'm sure he rooted for the Bills in many games growing up, rooting for his dad.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Buechele takes the snap, hands it off to Gore. But again, penetration into the offensive backfield, this time by Carl Jones, who got there first and then got some help soon thereafter. I was talking to the Bears play-by-play broadcaster Jeff Joniak before the game, and he said Carl Jones is a menace. He is everywhere. He's been super impressive in training camp for Chicago.
This is the end of the third quarter.
Time to make the switch to the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Northwest Bank, helping you reach your goals with real-life solutions and advice. Go to northwest.com, Northwest Bank, for What's Next. 13-6 Chicago. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Earth movers, aerial lifts, compaction, concrete equipment, forklifts, telehandlers, and a whole lot more. Skyworks Equipment Rental has the right construction equipment and tools you need to get the job done. With locations across the Northeast, Midwest, Southeast, and delivering to job sites nationwide, you can trust Skyworks to deploy equipment when and where you need it. To rent, purchase, or to schedule service for your own equipment with our factory-trained technicians, visit SkyworksLLC.com. Skyworks, building America from the ground up.
Freed Maxick is one of the largest locally owned public accounting firms in the Western New York region and a top 100 CPA firm in the nation. Freed Maxick has over 300 employees who enjoy a wide range of unique benefits. Freed Maxick has opportunities at all levels for in-person and remote talent. Join the Freed Maxick team and start or continue your career with a world-class firm. Visit our website at freedmaxick.com/careers to learn more and apply. Freed Maxick. Trust earned.
Paid actors represent actual clients. After my car accident, insurance offered me $50,000, but my attorneys at the Barnes firm got me $1.3 million.
Hi, I'm Rich Barnes. What's your case really worth? Call the Barnes firm now. You might be surprised.
After my car accident, I called my attorneys at the Barnes firm to see if I had a case. I did. They got me $800,000.
Do you have a case? Call our Buffalo office now and find out.
Past results don't predict future outcomes. 451 Grindr, 500 per.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry who keeps and makes the car behind them. Oh no, they're about to. Save with DriveWise and the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Here's your Richmond Vona sideline report. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Vona. Guys, as I look out, I see the cranes above Highmark Stadium. 20 games scheduled left here at Highmark Stadium. This is the last of 2 seasons here inside this stadium. Lots of memories built here, and hopefully for a couple more years, many more.
Thanks very much, Sal. Coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Gore to the left of Buechele in the backfield as Buechele's in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to pass and complete to Gore out of the backfield to the left side of the formation, and he's going to convert the 3rd and 3 for a first down. Carl Jones on the tackle as he wrestles him out of bounds. So we're just underway here in the 4th quarter.
That was a nice contested catch there, going out of bounds. And, a guy like him, this is a crowded running back room, likely only keep 3. If Ty Johnson gets back healthy, him, James Cook, Ray Davis is the 4th-round draft pick. He assumes that's, how you're set at running back. But injuries can happen, especially with that running back position. And so Frank Gore trying to make a case to be on that, at least the practice squad.
Buechele back to pass, has Hamler on the left side, but it's too high and incomplete. Bills ran a 2 tight end set there and had Hamler coming on a crossing route underneath, and he had him, just couldn't hit him.
Hamler's got serious speed. One thing he doesn't have is size. He's only 5'9", and Buechele just put that ball just out of arm's reach there, unable to bring that one down. He was wide open coming across the middle of the field.
2nd and 10 here at the Chicago 46. 14-18 left. Bills down 13-6. And we've got some movement on the line. Is it offense or defense?
False start. Offense. Number 61. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's Gunnar Britton, the rookie out of Auburn, playing left guard here with the 3rd unit.
I don't even understand that. It didn't even seem like they were all set on the play. I'm not sure what drew him off sides there, but this has been a sloppy game. What's that now? 18 penalties combined in this one.
10
17
for Buffalo.
Yeah, 10 penalties for Buffalo alone. 17 on the game for both teams.
Davidson in motion left to right as Buechele goes under center. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, play action. Back to pass, looks over the middle, and it's intercepted by Micah Baskerville. And this might go the distance unless Buechele can trip him up. He cannot, and it is an interception return for a touchdown for Micah Baskerville. Jumped right in front of the route, and he was off to the races.
Bills run hard play action. He's simply trying to dump that ball down to Frank Gore Jr., and Baskerville reads his eyes perfectly, jumps the route, and takes that one to the house. And look, Brandon Beane raved about Shane Buechele in the production meeting, but through this game, he has had a rough one. He's not processing well down the field, a couple inaccurate throws, and then a crucial mistake there for the pick 6.
Cairo Santos on for the extra point. It's the snap, low snap. Hold gets down, kick is up, and it is no good. The snap was low, had trouble getting the ball up, and it's no good. But Micah Baskerville with a 53-yard interception return for the touchdown has staked Chicago to a 19-6 lead with 14:08 left. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
Be the most informed player in your fantasy football league by listening to the experts on Fantasy Sports Radio.
I want to thank you guys for making me a better fantasy player.
Hear player rankings, position breakdowns, and expert drafts.
There is no bigger value today than Dak Prescott.
Going deep down the right side, got a man, caught, touchdown Cowboys!
The road to a fantasy football championship begins with Fantasy Sports Radio. Channel 87 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
All of the viral songs from TikTok's For You page.
All on one
SiriusXM channel.
Presented by creators like me.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
TikTok Radio.
TikTok Radio.
Channel 4 and the SiriusXM app.
Don't miss a new episode this week of Forward Progress, a conversation on race and sports in America with Jason Jackson and Kirk Morrison.
Here's Amin Elhassan sitting in for Kirk Morrison. Ricky Alderette pled guilty to stealing a Jackie Robinson statue.
Is doing this worth the risk? Which is, can you repeat it for the audience?
15 years in prison.
Was it worth it?
Check out Forward Progress. New episodes each Wednesday on the Sirius XM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
Our goal is to win the Super Bowl. That's it for us.
Hear every stop of the 2024 training camp tour on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Back at Highmark Stadium, Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Bills set to return. Darrington Evans, Daquan Hardy back to do those honors, as Cairo Santos will be kicking with the wind at his back, left to right on your radio dial. Up and away and into the end zone, where Darrington Evans is just going to down it at this point in time as the offense comes back out with Shane Buechele. Let's go down to the sidelines to Sal, who's got a player waiting with him.
I got a special guest guy, safety Damar Hamlin. Damar, how'd you think it went for the first team offense, mostly first team out there today? Defense, excuse me.
It went well, man. It felt good to get out there and execute and, do the things that we've been doing in practice, So preseason, that's a part of the process. So, we just out here trying to get better and continually get better for week one.
We'll wait for one play here, and I'll get one more for you, buddy.
So Buechele going to line up in the shotgun here. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Xavier Johnson into the game, the undrafted rookie receiver. Handoff goes to Gore, and penetration again is brutal. Deshaun Mallory just knifes in and drops him for a loss on the play of 5.
Damar, how tough is it, or how much work is it to try and get on the same page with a whole new safety unit that you guys have this year?
It's just a part of it's just a part of being in the league. To be honest, the game it's a business. So you always got to be able to adjust and adapt. Week to week. So having a new room. It's just about having a good culture, and that's one thing that we do have is a good culture and a good foundation of what's expected. So pretty much it's not about getting connected with new forces and new players. It's more so about making sure everybody's holding up to that same standard that's been set.
Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your preseason. Good luck this year.
Thank you. You too.
All right, that's Sal with Damar Hamlin. An 11-yard gain by Xavier Johnson on that last play has brought up 3rd and 6. As we come up on 13 minutes left, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Buechele in the shotgun, back to pass. Has time, heaves it down the left side, looking for Zach Davidson, but overthrew the target. It's incomplete. And the punting unit will come on once again here for Buffalo.
I'm not sure if he's looking for Davidson or if he was looking for Xavier Johnson down the field, but kind of right in the vicinity of both of them, but not even catchable for either of them. So Shane Buechele off to a rough start in this one. 5 for 8 right now for 49 yards, but he's got the pick 6. And now we have
Brian Thompson is down, the receiver.
Yeah, holding the back of his right leg. Looks like hamstring, hopefully just a cramp here.
It's really weird. Like he was out there and he was going to be on the field, and then he's had to sit down. So, yeah, I don't know if it is a cramp, but hopefully it's just a cramp because that can be worked out effectively. But he's on his back now.
The sloppiness continues, and Sal brought up a great point during the break. This is the Bears' second preseason game, Bills' first. So, we talk about the penalties, we talk about the drops, the misfires at quarterback, the lack of a push and even just blocking at times up front. When we were talking to Damar, that first play that went for a loss, it looked like half the line was running a play to one side and half the line went to the other side, which you just can't happen in NFL games.
Here's the snap to Martin, kicks it up and away, and he's going to drive Blackwell all the way back to his 11-yard line, his 16-yard line, and has to go over the sideline to field it. No return. That's kind of an ideal plan when you're kicking into the wind there, as it goes for 50 yards with no return. This Buffalo Bills radio broadcast is brought to you in part by Catholic Health, the right way to care. 19-6 Chicago with 12:49 left. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown!
throughout the 2024 season. Each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
Every NFL game is on Sirius XM.
To the end zone, touchdown!
It's week 1 of the preseason.
It's exciting just to be back and hear the roar of the crowd.
Hear every snap and your team's pre- and post-game shows on the Sirius XM app. Plus, NFL Radio's training camp tour gets you ready for the season with previews of all 32 teams.
Playing this position, you get the credit, you get the blame, but I love leading these guys.
They've attacked it. They've challenged each other. So you get into these camps and you want to see that.
Just search for your favorite team on the all-new Sirius XM app.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM.
Let's go!
We're back on the track Sunday,
5 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Cookout 400 from Richmond Raceway.
Checker flag, baby. Yeah!
On Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Yeah! Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the Sirius XM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yeah!
Don't miss a new episode this week of Forward Progress, a conversation on race and sports in America with Jason Jackson and Kirk Morrison.
Here's Amin El-Hassan sitting in for Kirk Morrison. Ricky Alderette pled guilty to stealing a Jackie Robinson statue.
Is doing this worth the risk? Which is, can you repeat it for the audience?
15 years in prison.
Was it worth it?
Check out Forward Progress. New episodes each Wednesday on the Sirius XM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
In season or out of season, the #1 place for college sports is Sirius XM College Sports Radio, Channel 84.
This
Chase the sweet nectar of the end zone.
is the NFL on Sirius XM.
We have a final between the Jets and Commanders. Jets win that one 20-17 here in week number 1. Do I say week 1 or week 2 of the preseason, guys? I always get screwed up with that. That's your NFL scoreboard delivered to you by the UPS store. Be unstoppable.
I would say week 1, and last week's just Hall of Fame week.
High formation look here from the Bears on 1st and 10 from the 16. Pitch play by Austin Reed. The fourth quarterback goes to Velus Jones around the left side, and that's going to go for a loss as the Bills do a good job of stringing that out. Cameron Klein first on the scene. So good edge setting there by the defensive end as it goes for a loss of 2.
Velus Jones is getting a lot of carries at running back for them. At this point, you'd think they'd be wanting to evaluate. They have some depth at running back on their roster, obviously trying to get some extensive work for him and cross-train him at this running back position if they're going to keep him on the roster as a receiver.
Reed under center again, going to back up, roll out under pressure, avoids a pass rusher and completes it over the middle to Brendan Bates for first down yardage and more, out to the 30-yard line for a first down. Joe Andreessen and D. Delaney on the stop, and Bates is shaken up on the play. We'll have to see it on the replay, what it looked like on the tail end here.
It's a nice job of staying alive in the pocket. It looks like he had the ball underneath him, and Andreessen came down and put his whole weight on top of him, and it looks like he's kind of saying that's an abdomen injury, and so hopefully that's all it is, where he got the wind knocked out of him. Bates is a rookie tight end out of the University of Kentucky, obviously teammates with R. Ray Davis last year at UK.
Yeah, might have got the wind knocked out of him on that. So, with 12:01 left, the Bears will be looking at a 1st and 10 situation at their own 30-yard line. And, Sal, I don't know if you got to look at that coming down the field towards your end.
Yeah. But he kind of got just a little bit high load maybe, you know what I mean, on the tackle. His body's going one way, and, his front end's going one way, and his back end's going the other, unfortunately, as he got hit there.
He's kind of keeled over as he
he's
goes
on
to the
his feet now,
sideline, and doesn't look to be a leg injury. So we're going to resume play here in a second, and at some point we'll kind of get to some takeaways. We didn't get extensive look with that first-team offense or defense here today. 3 defensive starters with Milano, Miller, and Jones, where they didn't play them today. And, there's positives and negatives either way. The offense really unable to sustain a drive with the ones in there. They really only got about a drive and a half with Josh Allen, because as soon as the second quarter hit mid-second drive, they took him out of there and put Trubisky in. Tell you what, there was a couple bright spots, though. You saw Khalil Shakir get that first catch of the game. I love the suddenness of Curtis Samuel. You run just like a little bubble out there, and you pick up, 12, 13 yards. That's an easy way to keep drives moving down the field. But, throughout this game, the run game hasn't been there. And, look, you're not game planning, but just not enough push up front. And, I'd assume that, Aaron Cromer's going to he'll have a pretty intense meeting tomorrow as they break down this film, and that happens. When you got to have 5 guys working as one on an offensive line, even if you have multiple returning starters like the Bills do, it can often take time for everyone to get on the same page, and this is their first time going against another defense, and so I'd expect it to look a lot better next week against Pittsburgh.
So 1st and 10 at the 30 for Chicago. As Reed goes into the shotgun here, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Handoff goes inside to Jones, and now he bounces it back outside, and he's got running room. 1st down, yardage and more. Forced out of bounds by Deion Jones, but not before he reaches midfield. It's a gain of 20 on the carry. Yeah, defensively, Eric, I liked what we saw from Austin Johnson. I thought he flashed some, playing that nose tackle spot. He's Daquan Jones' backup technically.
Yep.
And I think we saw some good play from the young edge defenders. Jonathan and Solomon made their presence felt as they battle for a roster spot.
Yeah, they both showed a lot of quickness off the edge. Likely only one of them can make this team. They're fairly similar in that they're going to have to win with speed off the edge.
Austin Reed with a read option keeper right up the middle here on 1st and 10 at midfield. And got only a yard on the play. Branson Dean, the undrafted rookie defensive tackle, made the stop. Similar body type to Ed Oliver, Branson Dean.
Yeah, definitely.
Not quite as explosive, but he's flashed at times in training camp. He's kind of an interesting case. 10:40 and counting left here in this one. Bears up 19-6, 2nd and 9 from the Bills side of the 49 here. Reed under center, I formation, fakes the handoff, play action. Has time, throws it down to the right sideline, intended for the receiver there. That was Freddie Swain. It's incomplete over the sideline.
Was that Gable Stevenson on the pressure?
Might have been.
Yeah, he used an arm over move there and then made the smart play to not barrel into the quarterback and draw a penalty. There's a nice pressure there by him. I don't know if not having any real football experience, if this will be his year, but he's a guy that the Bills would love to develop. You're talking about a gold medalist Olympian heavyweight wrestler.
Here's Reed in the shotgun now in an empty set. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Back to pass, shuffles in the pocket, and connects over the middle with Dante Pettis as he's down to the 35. It's a pickup of 15 and a 1st down. Tackle there by Terrell Burgess.
Yeah, and there on the inside, because I was watching him from that play from start to finish, I'm watching Stevenson. He drew the double team there, and it looks like the CBS crew is talking about him as well after that pressure. We see him on the screen in front of us there, and he's going to be an interesting prospect to look at throughout this preseason.
Another I formation look here from the Bears as Reed goes under center. Pitch play to the right, and it's blown dead. As
looks like the Bills might have called a timeout.
Or did Sean McDermott challenge the last play? That it wasn't a catch? That he trapped it?
Buffalo was challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass.
Yeah, I think they're arguing that he trapped the ball and he didn't catch it. Incidentally, there is a new rule change regarding coaches' challenges this year. Previously, a head coach needed to be successful on each of his 2 challenges in order to be awarded a 3rd challenge in a game. This year, they've reduced that. They only need to bat .500. Get one of your first 2 challenges correct, and you get a 3rd challenge.
And that's great news for Sean McDermott, because one of my things I love to give him crap about is that he's got a terrible challenge record throughout his career, and I feel very comfortable messing with him about that because he's done everything else so well in creating so much stability within this Buffalo Bills franchise that anything you can ride him about a little bit, I feel like it's pretty good for him.
As we watch the replay on the throw to Pettis, the ball does touch the turf.
Yeah, that's going to come back.
Sal, what are you getting from down there with the review?
I think so, too. They keep looking at it. The angle I see, from the back angle, the ball does touch the ground a little bit here. By the way, guys, the other rule change has to do with replays. Not really replay, but replaying, kind of a reviewing like a spot. The Hawkeye technology, which isn't equipped in all stadiums.
After review, the receiver did not maintain control of the ball before it hit the ground. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass. Buffalo will be entitled to their third challenge.
So in the NFL, they're going to be, using this Hawkeye technology in, some games this preseason. It's not equipped in every NFL stadium, but that's going to be the kind of technology you see in tennis matches where you see what happens like kind of the ball strike too in baseball for first downs. They'll still use the chains, but we're a little bit away from that happening actually and being implemented everywhere.
Well, I don't know if I want to give Sean McDermott credit for going 2 for 2 since they do have former NFL official John Perry on staff now that's assisting in Sean with challenges and different situations with the officials and the rules throughout the game.
So the Chicago punt unit comes on, and Waitman's going to punt this one away. Daquan Hardy back to return, signals for a fair catch at his own 5-yard line. Might have wanted to let that one go in the end zone there.
Yeah, and they're going to call it the 4. That was going, you had his heels, at the 10. He backed up, and the wind kept carrying that ball. I don't think he realized how deep he got. As soon as he's going to the sideline here, Matthew Smiley is pointing. He's got his arm around him on the sideline. He's pointing out, kind of, hey, if you feel it get behind you, you need to let that one go. The last thing you want to do is let one of those high ones, land at maybe the 7 or 8. Those are ones you probably fair catch because those could get pinned on your one. But that one definitely would have gone in the end zone.
Andy Isabella to the left, Xavier Johnson on the right side. And the handoff goes inside to Darrington Evans. Nothing doing there as it has been a rough go in the run game today for Buffalo. First unit, second unit, third unit. Running the football has proven difficult against last year's number 1 ranked run defense. It's not like the Bills were slouches running the football last year. They were 7th in the league.
Yeah, and the Bills only have 36 total rushes in this game on 20 carries.
36 yards? Yeah.
36 total rushing yards, averaging less than 2 yards a carry.
Buechele in the shotgun, 5 yards deep in the end zone, and pass batted out of the air by a defensive end. Let's go down to the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, guys, Eric, great point on what just happened with Daquan Hardy in the return. And as he came off, Matthew Smiley said pretty much verbatim to him what you just said to the listeners here on the radio, which is, he said, hey, you're at the 4 there. You can kind of, as if the ball's coming down, you're going to grab it, but then move to the 5 and get out of the way and let the ball roll into the end zone. He was telling them that.
Yeah. Khalid Kareem with the batted pass to force the incompletion for the Bears, as Buechele now faces a 3rd and 10 from his own 4 in the shotgun. Back to pass, and now has to scramble out to his left. Going to tuck it and run, and does manage to get the first down. They're going to mark him at the 18-yard line. So a pickup of 14 on the scramble by Buechele to keep the drive alive.
And I'll give Buechele credit. I feel like there's been a few times he could have ran with the football, but he's trying to get his receivers involved, allow them to get the evaluations out there and on his arm talent. But nice job there picking up the 3rd and long.
Buechele under a world of pressure, flags fly, and he is finally sacked. As taking him down on the play is the rookie Austin Booker out of Kansas for the sack. It's holding against Buffalo, but they may decline it coming off the sack.
Offense, number 75. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is 2nd down.
Wind is really whipping here, especially down on the field. We can see the pants of the officials rippling in the wind. Flags atop the stadium blowing stiff out here. It is It is breezy to say
not
the
going to make
least.
this second half comeback any easier because the Bills are going into the wind away from the tunnel end of the stadium.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 14. Buechele fakes the throw, goes to the handoff to Gore, bounces off some blockers, and gets out to the 20-yard line for a pickup of 6. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 7.5, call it, at the Buffalo 21. As we come up on 8.5 left and counting in this one. Bills down 19-6.
Should be some opportunities on the outside still for some of these younger pass catchers. You know, there's always kind of those late game MVPs that get a bunch of balls, catch a bunch of passes late in the game, and then the following game they get a lot more run maybe earlier in the game.
Offense, number 60, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Keaton Bills. Yes, the guy that has the word Bills on the back of his jersey on the nameplate. False start there. Back him up 5 yards, as that is now 11 penalties for the Bills. It's 3rd and 12 now, as we're coming up on 8 minutes left in this one. Empty set with Buechele in the shotgun. Back to pass, pressure coming. Scrambles away from it, but is ultimately taken down again by Austin Booker. Cleaning him up was Deshaun Mallory. Punt team on for Buffalo. 9-yard loss on the play.
And in this first preseason action, in this Joe Brady offense for Shane Buechele, just seems like everything's moving a little quick out there for him. He's not making quick decisions with the football. Now I understand that's 3rd, extremely long. He's looking to push that ball down the field. That takes time. I feel like moving forward in the preseason, would love him to kind of speed up his process in the pocket, get rid of the ball a little quicker, which helps out the offensive line tremendously.
Here's the punt by Sam Martin. He got it up in the wind, and it just died. Went straight up in the air and practically came straight down at the Bills' 37-yard line. It's a 29-yard punt. No return, as Dante Pettis was happy to take a fair catch there. A super short field for the Bears offense.
Gosh, into a wind like that, it feels like and looks like about a 30-mile-an-hour gust out there. It almost feels like maybe you go to the Aussie rugby style and just try and roll one down the field. It didn't look like that bad of contact there, but that ball went nowhere.
Austin Reed under center for the Bears. 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right, and we've got a false start here. This one is Avion Collins.
False start. Offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
It's the left tackle that moved first. 69 may have moved as well.
It's now 19 penalties in this game. 17 minutes and 14 seconds left in this one for those out there playing the drink for a penalty game.
Oh, they're in trouble.
It's been a long one for you guys today.
They might be on the floor by now. Under center, Austin Reed hands it off. And coming around the right side and fighting away from tacklers is Ian Wheeler. But only gets about a yard on the play for his effort. Shane Simon on the tackle.
Gable Stevenson's active out there. You're never going to question the effort of a Olympian wrestler, but he's been around the football on almost every single snap that he's been in this game. And like I mentioned, it's going to be a process for him to be able to, learn all the ins and outs of football, but he has flashed late in this game.
Reed in the shotgun now. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Fakes the handoff. Back to pass. Looking deep down the left side. He's got Pettis at the 15 and forced out of bounds by D. Delaney at the 7-yard line. There is a flag on the play. It's back at the 27 after the 34-yard pass play from Reed to Pettis.
Looks like this one's going to be against the Bills. It's in the Bills' defensive secondary. Is this going to be a legal contact?
Pass interference. Defense, number 33. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is a 1st down.
Corey Couch is puzzled by the call. He's checking for rain out there.
I mean, that's a really open receiver to be pass interference. Looked like illegal contact before the play.
Yeah.
If they're going to call contact down the field, that was before the pass was even thrown. And potentially he's holding. That's not pass interference.
It's defensive holding. He grabbed his jersey.
Yeah.
So it's right to throw the flag. The call was incorrect. Here's Reed, though. 1st and goal from the 7 suddenly with 6 minutes left. hands it off, and coming over the left side and into the end zone for the touchdown is Ian Wheeler on a 7-yard touchdown run. As the Bears have blown it open here late. It's 25-6 with 6:03 left. Blessed with a short field and a favorable penalty, they take advantage.
And this is where, as a Bills player in this game, okay, you're likely going to be down 26-6, but you got to understand, these games do not count as far as the regular season goes, and your postseason chances, and you're being evaluated at all times. You can't go in the tank because you're getting your butts beat on the scoreboard. You have to show up each and every play to be properly evaluated.
Extra point is up and good. So with 6:03 left, the Bears now up by 20. 26-6 is your score. So you're just trying to get out of here at this point? What's left to do on the to-do list? I mean, you get a special teams play rep here.
I mean, honestly, you're 6 minutes and 3 seconds left, and it's the same game plan from the start. We are here to evaluate this team, to see where we're at on each side of the ball individually, and then obviously you want to see them make strides. But when you look at this third-string offense that's in this game, there are guys that can and potentially will make this team. Now, as a unit, they are not going to be playing together for the Bills in the regular season. So it's less maybe about the execution as a whole, you'd love to see it, and more about the individual efforts. Now, these special teams plays will be evaluated, and these reps, these are guys that out there on the field right now, I'm looking at a Zach Davidson. If he makes the team, it's going to be because he's playing special teams, because barring injury, he's not going to be one of the top 2 tight ends for sure.
Daquan Hardy takes it at the 9 on the kickoff, gets out to the 25, and is tripped up by Brendan Bates. As Zach Davidson, who you just spoke about, was unable to sustain his block.
I call him out so that I'm watching him the entire return, and he loses his battle to Bates, the tight end, who made that nice play across the middle of the field and went down. So it's good to see him back in the game. And that he wasn't seriously injured when he fell down on the football. But yes, right now you're just trying to do constant evaluation on guys out there, and that's where you'd love to see the pass protection be a little better, or even the processing at quarterback be quicker, so you can evaluate some of these receivers.
Buechele fakes the handoff, going to roll out to his right and get wrestled to the ground on a nice athletic play by Khalid Kareem, the 4th-year player out of Notre Dame. Beat him to the corner and wrestled him to the ground.
Yeah, it's that naked bootleg that the Bears torched the Bills with in this game. They ran one earlier for success. This time, Kareem is not fooled by the play-action fake, and the Bills give up another sack, now sitting at 2nd and 17.
Buechele in the shotgun. Going to hand it off to Gore, come right up the middle. Some running room there. Hesitates to avoid one tackler and is out to the 31-yard line. Frank Gore has had some nice runs here late in limited action. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, some of these draw plays have been the best plays for the Bills throughout this game, where you fake like you're going to pass it and then hand the ball off, let those pass rushers get up the field, and it's allowed some of these offensive linemen to get to the second level of the defense.
Quindell Johnson on the tackle for Chicago. 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Buechele in the shotgun, back to pass, fires to the left side, and it's complete to Gore, who fights off the tackler and tries to drag him to the first down marker. Looks like he's going to be short by a yard.
It's going to be 4th. Yeah, they're going to make it a full yard. Sean McDermott's going to leave the offense out on the field. We got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one. Bills with 3 timeouts left. The Bears with 2.
Quindell Johnson with another tackle there on the reception by Gore. 2 receivers to the right, tight to the formation, and now Xavier Johnson comes to the left with Andy Isabella. Buechele under center. Handoff goes to Gore, going to plow ahead, and I'm not sure he got it. Stopped there on the inside by Paul Moala, the linebacker. And what are the officials going to say? Are they going to measure?
It's pretty clear he's got to get to the 36-yard line, and they haven't marked it to the 36. So I don't think
35.5.
Yeah, I don't think a measurement even needs to take place here. You can eyeball this one. They are going to, in fact, bring the chains out. I'm not sure exactly why, but the Bills are being humbled here at home here today. This has been a sloppy one from start to finish all the way around.
And they are a half a football short. It is a turnover on downs. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Back here at Highmark Stadium, Chris Brown, Eric Wood with you, coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Turnover on downs as the 4th and short run by Frank Gore comes up a half-yard short. And with 4:04 left, the Bears once again have a short field. Austin Reed, the 4th-string quarterback in, going to hand it off to Wheeler, coming around the left side, and he's corralled by Shane Simon, but not before Wheeler drags him for another 4 yards and a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, we talked about the Bills struggling on the ground here in this one. They got 68 total yards rushing, but when you look at the quarterbacks, they account for 41 of those 68. So the running backs have really struggled in this one, and I'm not putting the blame solely on them. The holes have not been there throughout this game.
A lot of penetration up front by this Bears defense. Made several tackles in the offensive backfield. I formation from the Bears as Reed goes with a pitch play to the right to Wheeler, through a hole, down to the 20, jukes a tackler, fighting off another as he's down to the 10 and the 8-yard line. Hard running by Ian Wheeler. Kenai Lovely finally wrapped him up, but it's 1st and goal Chicago.
Yeah, it seemed like they were funneling everything there back to the guys in pursuit, and Terrell Burgess just misses the tackle on the play. You know, the Bills are a gap-based defense, and when they're on that toss crack, Burgess needed to step up and make that play in the hole. He hesitated for 1 second, got juked out of his shoes, and allows another big play for Chicago.
Tight formation on the left. Reed under center. Wheeler the lone setback, and they're going to go pitch left to him there. Trying to get the edge, and he's got it as he bulldozes his way into the end zone for an 8-yard touchdown run. The rookie from Howard powers it into the end zone for Chicago, and it is a runaway 32-6. The Bears are out in front with 2:24 remaining.
It's going from bad to worse here, and look, this is no indication of what might happen between these two teams in a regular season football game. But I do know Sean McDermott well, and he's not going to be happy with his team's performance in this one. They're getting outclassed in really all phases of this game.
Cairo Santos on for the extra point attempt. The ball blew off the line of scrimmage due to the wind. So they're going to reset the spot. And we'll wait for the snap here from Patrick Scales. Here's the snap. It's low. Hold is down. Kick is up. And it is good. 2:24 left. And the Bears in total command of this one. 33-6 is your score over the Bills.
We're going to have another kickoff to evaluate here. And let me say this to you, Chris. Okay, so we all have this vision of what a kickoff looks like in the NFL because that's what we've all grown up on. Yep. It's that ceremonial play to the game. It's, the kickoff team flying down the field, and you just don't get that anymore. They're not lined up with the kicker. You don't get the running start. To me, it's something we're just going to have to get used to, but with the return team and kickoff team set up how they are right now, it almost, and I understand they want to take the violence out of it, but it hardly feels like a kickoff to me, and maybe that's the point.
Yeah, it looks more like a line of scrimmage play. It really does.
a very goofy line of scrimmage play.
Yes. Kick is up and away, and it's into and through the back of the end zone, so the Bills will get it at their own 30-yard line on the touchback.
And with the kicker back there by himself, and I understand we're in a preseason game with a light crowd, but generally there's the build-up, the boom of the ball, the crowd's erupting. It's almost like they're waiting for the returner to catch it before there's any cheers. It just doesn't feel like the same type of play to me right now, but I understand. We go years of this. This will be the new norm, and it's what we'll be used to.
It's not an all-in-motion one play. It's a very disjointed 1, 2 to 3-part play. Buechele hands off here on 1st and 10 to Frank Gore Jr. And he rumbles forward to the 35 for a pickup of 5. This should get us down to the 2-minute warning here, as the Bills will face a 2nd and 5 after this upcoming timeout. 33-6 is your score in favor of Chicago. Bills with the football here. It's the 2-minute warning on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Dear football fans, Toyota's roster of all-star vehicles are ready for kickoff. Drive the field in style with a Camry or Corolla. Upgrade your ground game with the versatile RAV4. Or there's Grand Highlander and Tundra, our full-size Defenders. And here's an extra point. All these vehicles come with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Visit Toyota.com or head to your local Toyota dealership. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Lou Nucciarino. Ever wonder if what someone else does with their finances is what's right for you? You need to build a roadmap that fits your lifestyle. It's time to let others wonder if what you're doing is right for them. Call us today at 716-626-2507. Let us help you simplify your goals so you can meet the needs of your financial future.
Securities offered through Equitable Advisors, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance and annuity products offered through Equitable Network, LLC. Equitable Advisors. Thinking about today and planning for tomorrow.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As school messes return, rest easy. Clorox has got your back to school.
Oh, no. I'm back. That messy science experiment. And I brought baking soda, cornstarch.
And you're due tomorrow, right? Well, at least I stocked up on Clorox disinfecting wipes, because you're not messing up my kitchen counters like last time.
Ooh, smart. Got any food coloring?
And off to the store we go.
Stock up on Clorox disinfecting wipes that clean 3 times better. Then wet paper towels and kitchen grease and soaps come. Use as directed.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Chris Brown, Eric Wood with you, coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. 2 minutes left in this one. And Bills down big, 33-6. Shane Buechele has the offense out here facing a 2nd and 5 at their own 35. He's been sacked 5 times, Eric.
He has, and it's been a struggle for the offensive line today. And like I said, it can sometimes take the offensive line longer to gel because it requires all 5 of you on the same page and all 5 of you executing, or else the offensive line as a whole is going to look bad. But although this has been a clunker on the field for the Bills, I feel like our coverage has been pretty good today. And we're going to call that the perfect coverage of the game, brought to you by United Healthcare Medicare Advantage. Visit UHCMedicareBuffalo.com to learn more.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gore in the backfield with Buechele in the shotgun. Handoff to Gore. Darts away from a defender. Fights his way forward to the first down marker. And he is inches shy of it at the 40. 4-yard gain there. Going to bring up 3rd and inches.
And he's had some nice runs. He's also caught the ball well out of the backfield.
3 for 16, I think.
Yeah, 3 catches for 16 yards. So productive day for him. And he's going to get more and more chances as this preseason goes on. Like we said earlier, a potential practice squad candidate or a potential roster spot candidate for the Bills.
Buechele was going to try to go on a read option keeper, and he gets tackled for a loss of 5. And once again, it's Daniel Hardy making the tackle there. And the punt unit will come out to kick this thing away. That got blown up in a hurry.
Yeah, they went to that read option play with Trubisky on 3rd and 2 earlier in the game. When they had the 2-minute situation before the half, they go back to it there. Your 3rd and short plays are pretty limited in a first preseason game plan. Sniffed out well by the Bears there.
Sam Martin back to punt. And he's going to line drive this into the wind this time. He learned his lesson. Stroman back to return, takes it off the bounce at the 22, cuts it back at the 30, and fortunately is tackled at the 35. And wrestling him down there was Shane Simon, the linebacker.
I expect the Bills to come out with a little bit more intensity in Pittsburgh next weekend. And this was a clunker for the Bills, just poor execution all the way around. And really early in the game, they had a 3rd and 6 and a 3rd and 12 to get Caleb Williams and the first-team offense of the Bears off the field. Instead, both those drives go for field goals, or else we'd be feeling really good about the first-team defense's performance, without 3 of their key starters.
With 37 seconds left in the game, Austin Reed gets in victory formation and takes a knee. That'll kill the rest of the time on the clock, as the Bears will win convincingly here in Buffalo's preseason opener. It is the Bears' second preseason game. They did play last week in the Hall of Fame game, as they will take this one as the final 5 seconds tick away by a final of 33-6. You mentioned it earlier, Eric. We do have to wonder how many and if the starters will play against Pittsburgh, knowing they're going to have an intense joint practice on Thursday with the Steelers. Pretty much a walkthrough off day Friday, play Saturday night. How does that grab you? What does your gut tell you?
My gut would be that Josh would get a ton of work against the Steelers starting defense, where it's a controlled atmosphere.
In the joint
practice where nobody's going to get around him. And then when it comes to the game, you might play some of your starters with Mitch Trubisky at quarterback. That's just my guess on the situation. I think that's part of the reason they had Josh play in this game, so he goes through his normal game routine, and then if you don't want to play him in that 3rd preseason game, at least he went through his pregame routine, put on his uniform, and did the whole deal for one of the games throughout the preseason. That's what stands out to me in my mind right now when I think about it, but we'll see what Sean McDermott says. And look, like I mentioned, 33-6 in a preseason game has no indication on playoff hopes or anything. My rookie year, the Colts go 0-4 in the preseason, and they win the Super Bowl that year. It doesn't always correlate, but the way Sean McDermott is, everything matters with Sean McDermott, he's going to be upset after this one.
That was going to be my next question. How does the performance in this game, do you think, impact potential playing time in the next preseason game? Because if he sees some misgivings or a lack of anything in any area of the game, those players are going to be back out on the field next week, whether they have a joint practice or not.
Absolutely. And, like I mentioned with Josh, that doesn't mean that the starting offensive line is going to get the day off in Pittsburgh next week. I'd anticipate many of them, if not all of them, playing against that Steelers first-team defense. And part of that is, look, you have Connor McGovern in at center. Well, that moves him from his left guard spot. You have David Edwards, a new starter in. There's a lot of combinations there that are new this year, and they may want more time under task, especially if they say, hey, next week's kind of going to be our big ramp up with our starters. Not much at all in that third one. I could see many guys playing next week. I just wouldn't anticipate Josh being out there.
That is the next time we will catch up with you next Saturday at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh for a 7 p.m. kickoff. It is the only night game of the preseason for the Bills, as they will take on the Steelers a week from today for a 7 p.m. kickoff in Pittsburgh. Stay tuned for the post-game Coaches Podium interview brought to you by Northtown Kia, Western New York's #1 Kia dealer. Shop northtownkia.com. I'd like to thank our crew on hand and back at our Amherst, New York studios. First, our spotters, Mark Murphy and Marcus Herring. Parabolic microphone, Randy Jakes. On-site engineering, Todd Large. Game day production, Todd Brody. Program scheduling, Mary Jane Smith. Network engineer, Derek Abbey. Chief engineer, Tom Matty. Director of engineering, Al Waranka. Director of sports sales, Jill Kowalski. Program director, Alan Davis. In his sophomore year at the top of the heap, Tim Wenger. Network game day producer, Zach Jones and Tanner Saunders. And your executive producer is Greg Harvey. 33-6.
What's up, football fans? Thanks for joining us for this football game today. The Bills games are going to be live right here on TSI every single week. Thank you guys for being here. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well if you're new here, and let's help this community continue to grow. Toronto Sports Insider, we're live for all of the Toronto sports games and now all of the Buffalo Bills games as well. Thumbs up, everybody. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go, Bills.
This could be your year to win in a career that pays over $80,000 a year. Call 707-GEAR, that's G-E-A-R, or visit SnyderCNC.com and get comfortable with a company that treats you like part of the team.
No one expects that one of the happiest times in your life can become one of the scariest. Without the maternal fetal medicine and OB teams at Oshai Children's Hospital, I don't know if me and Oakley would be here today. From his irregular heartbeat they found on the ultrasound, to coping with high risk for bleeding at delivery, they were our comfort, our strength, and our hope through it all. Oshai Children's Hospital is the place where our lives changed for good. Donate today at 4OCH.